So hi, I on all the platforms. Hi everybody, welcome again to the actual Brick Talk. Sorry about the late start. We've had some technical difficulties with our platforms, the multiple platforms that we do this on. But it seems like we have sorted it out a bit now. As I said, I see that we've lost Danai. Um,
Oh no.
but let's see, he should be able to join back smoothly. But yeah, welcome to this week's Brick Talk officially. For the people who are a little ahead of the curve, you know that if you join us on Twitter, you get all the hiccups where you get the early warm, you get maybe a little early conversation. If you're only watching this on YouTube or on Twitter but via video, then you are getting also the same thing, but maybe with a little less loss. So who knows? If you want the extra tidbits, Easter eggs, or just hear us cuss out Elon Musk's platform, then you can join early. But thing I always have to do since we are now live on video again is just to remind you guys that the conversations on Brick Talk should not be taken as investment advice. I'm not an investment advisor. Then I is a licensed investment advisor, and there may be other people who have that qualification who join. However, nothing that's said on the show should be taken in any way, shape, or form as investment advice, right? Make all the investment decisions with the help of a investment advisor, a licensed investment advisor who is in a session who was giving you curated advice for you. Don't just buy or sell nothing just because I listening to a show on Friday night and them sound like them like it or them talk about it, right? You need to do your research, you need to talk to a licensed investment advisor, and above all else, you should remember that your decisions are yours and yours alone, right? Even if you entrust them to somebody else, that's still the buck still stops with you. So, with that said, this week's topic is the seller's dilemma. And I was just saying that, she's the one who brought it up, and she gave a little bit of background on Twitter just now. She can give as much background as she want, and you'll hear in a moment. You'll also hear Dana in a moment, and hopefully they'll be able to get back on screen in a little while. But barring that, she gives a little background as to what it was that was behind the thing. They saw a couple of trades, a little bit of selling down this week that happened in a couple of big stocks, including one for the sharp ones would have seen SVL. There's some selling down to 18.
Depot too, you know. Depot did a little thing too. Yeah.
Decove did it? That's a good thing. Let's check out what
I
my money
mean,
JA
it has not
shows.
been going on the 14 much, and it was on the 14 like twice or so
So you can tell
this
that
week.
Shay Striker, the side striker, she watches the market hard. Actually, my money JA help her pay attention to the market for her to see
It's
exactly
magic.
that. Yeah, exactly. All right. So you see over the last week, it has fallen a bit. I did see it trade. Yeah, it traded under 13, close to that 1369 actually.
Yeah.
And it traded as low as 1361 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, listen, I'm sticking to what I've said on this show over the last few weeks, months, years. Well, I haven't said it over the last few years. I'm certain said it over the last few weeks. I I like if you own Dolphin Cove shares and you think that you shouldn't own them anymore. I am in the market for them. I don't mind buying. I have been buying. I will buy more. I'm not telling you to buy, but I'm not gonna be mad if you buy at all. In fact, maybe I'm telling you, say, yeah, man, sell them. Maybe I'm just saying that so I will sell them to him for cheap. Yes, yeah, please do sell me them. Um, Especially if you've read a couple of those articles, and you're under the impression that Dolphin Cove dead. Then certainly sell me them. If you think Dolphin Cove dead, I will buy your shares for even $10. Don't worry with this 1369, 10 or cheaper or whatever, right? But yeah, I never thought of the Dolphin Cove as being down because to me that's within that band. But you're right, it has been out about 14 and
You know,
change
may
for
I
the
watch
last
it?
few weeks. Yeah, I can tell. Me too. And like I said, I don't own enough. I I was going to message somebody maybe 2, 3 months ago and ask them if they had, let me think how to word this, if they had any inclination or any input into maybe funding a takeover or a rebuying of it. In the girl group, it's easier to have this sort of conversation in the public. You have to give the context, and I think about how much context I want to give or not give. But I considered asking them, and I eventually didn't send the message. I didn't ask because I didn't think they'd tell me. And some conversations are better face to face. But I say all that to say that, well, I tweeted it. I say all that to say that some points may have come out recently that continued the Dolphin Cove saga. Another point in the Dolphin Cove saga, the people who don't grow, you should be looking at that, and it shouldn't be a surprise to you because you've heard me literally talk about the possibility of this, the expectation for this happening, and here we are with it happening. Um, That's all I say. I leave something for the girl guys. But yeah, so welcome to this week's Brick Talk. And it is focusing on, let me jump to the thing that we're focusing on. It's focusing on that wonderful topic from Shay, which is the seller's dilemma. She don't say quite that nice. I kind of fix it up, but I mean I think that's it. That encompasses your thought, right, Shay?
Oh, definitely, definitely. In fact, I think you just based on the graphic that you use, um, I think you kind of expanded it to something where I never even really investors, right? So at what point do you sell? What's your sell
Hmm.
price for
Hmm.
for careers?
Well, I know people like that become dividend investors after the gain.
That
I've had clients that they buy carriers, get the gain, and then start talking to me, about dividends of carriers. I'm like, boy, that's not what we're here
Yeah.
for.
Yeah,
That's not
so
what you
that's
were
what
here for when we were talking
that's
about
the
this earlier.
exact kind of thing I'm talking about, where exiting is no an issue,
Mm-hmm.
for
Even it actually isn't an issue. Meaning, even when you see your price, the price that you decided before, the
mm-hmm,
units that you decided before,
mm-hmm,
I've seen like the thought becomes, all right. They find some reason to start loving this stock. They find some reason
mm-hmm,
to no longer be a seller of this stock.
mm-hmm,
I've had conversations where we plan our own, like we plan our own money. So we always plan our own money, right? So it's not the stock. It's
mm-hmm.
I want to buy. I want to make a down payment on this car. I want to make a down payment on this house. The thing that we want the money to be doing sometime later in the future, and then when we get there, the plan starts warping. And what often is, you think we should be buying more of this? They want to convince me of convince me of the idea that yeah, we should.
Uh-huh.
This is a good stock. We should stay here. And the funny thing to me around that, I mean, I immediately say, oh, but the gold is whatever, whatever. But the truth is,
Mm-hmm.
we can have that conversation, and it's true, it might end up where but the reality in most cases is that's not what we're doing, right? It's not that we should be doing that because
Mm-hmm.
you still have the car to pay for, you still have the house to pay for. So what are you talking about, right?
So imagine if you don't actually need the money for something specific,
Mhm.
right? Right
It
now,
becomes harder. Yeah.
then that conversation
But
is going to be even more difficult
what we say they
for
do,
you. I mean,
we do need some money for something specific. The thing is that people don't really find that.
mm-hmm,
It like we're not investing for investing sake. I mean, we find a lot of it fun. I know the three of
mm-hmm.
us find a lot of it fun. But the truth is, like,
Yeah, it's about the money.
we're here for the money, right? So we might not have a goal like directly in front of us. Like we say, oh,
Uh-huh.
our goal here might not be, I need to get XYZ for a
So
house
I
down
can pay
payment.
for such and
But
yeah.
we have an overarching goal that might span a very long time of, hey, wealth
Mm-hmm,
creation. We want our net worth to be in a certain line 10 years from now, 5 years from now, right? But
mm-hmm,
people don't really break that down. And a lot of ways I don't break that down for myself properly. So I know that. But the truth is, yeah,
mm-hmm,
that's I find people when they're in that, when they start to fall in that realm of, hey, I'm just investing because I really want generally a better life. I want to have I want to have more money in my life, right? I want to be rich. I
mm-hmm.
want to be wealthier.
Dangerous.
I want to if something happens, I can pull the
I can.
millions of the
Mm-hmm,
cancer treatment costs or whatever. Mommy need money because something crazy, hurricane mash up. I need to have money.
mm-hmm.
Cause that's the ultimate safety net. We start to get very vague, and then selling becomes even vaguer because why? How am I going? How do I decide that this is what I need to do? And as I said, it's from the start. This is a real it's a really important thing to go, which is really important of what are you investing for? Because if you don't get there, so I promise you, you hug up and love that stock. Good times,
Mm-hmm.
bad times. I can't tell you how much NCB conversations I'm having now. Oh, it
Yeah.
was that when I bought it way back when it was great and it went to 200, it went to 100, and that was good. And I read something in the newspaper how good that was, and it's going more. So I stuck with it, and the dividends and the rough times now. And I think you sat through the quote unquote rough times when it was good for them.
Mm-hmm.
When them $20 NCB was 200, and the 180 falling, 190, the 60, and they're in profit, 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 profit. And of them still in profit. But
Mm-hmm.
the reality now is maybe I was better. You're 100% better served if you sold at 200 and find something else in that time that would have worked better than the stock
Mm-hmm.
that has fallen from 200 all the way to now, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you found if you sold at the high, if you sold at any if you sold any point higher than whatever it is now, you're better off because you could have find some. I mean, with the idea they put it somewhere else that's profitable. But if you held from 200, then you're just in a loss position, right? You're in a loss from that point,
Come all the way down.
Yeah. So but then you know I'm sure you have the same conversations of all right,
Mm-hmm.
I watched it though. I watched it fall and I was frozen. I just never know what to do. You know what? You actually did know, but you just never really you just never wanted to get to that point. You never want to press that
Mm-hmm.
button. You never want to sell the stuff.
Do you think, I was wondering, right? How much of a role do you think the fear that they won't find something as good, or they won't find
Oh, that's
something
definitely
else that,
that's heavy. That's
yeah,
heavy because it
man,
was
I
hard
was
enough to get
thinking.
here. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I find all the people that are better informed that and the girl grads know it. That's one of my clients. So we'll have conversations there, and we see it all the time. Even if the conversation doesn't happen in this way, but it's
Mm-hmm.
somebody that presented a lot of research, a lot of conversation around this one stock, and the stock worked out.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, what I find is, all right, it's really hard to commit yourself again to
Mm-hmm.
doing that much work
Again.
because that
Mm-hmm.
much work took so much out of you mentally and all that, and the fear around. Imagine when you just new to stocks or whatever, and you get in, or you finally feel like you find it in a way, and you
Mm-hmm.
finally get the stock and the stock do the thing you want, and all right,
Finally.
you don't want to do that work again. You
And
really
now
wish
you're
if
like, okay, well, now do it
it's
again.
last week's episode. Imagine you could do research one time, find one company as the best company for you and invest in it, and then you never have to do work again. Imagine that. That'd be so good, right? You
That
find the
would
stock, you
be
bingo, you're
so
200%
awesome.
up, you sell it, and you mean to tell me someone must do it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it again
Yeah,
next month.
yeah. Well, here's a funny thing though. Like even going off just the of just even like last week's point, even just going off last week's point, the 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 in that perfect scenario, right? That perfect, you buy the one thing for you and that's it. It worked
Mm-hmm.
so
hmm
great. A couple of sharp people I heard it mentioned last week. I
Buy and
never said
sell.
much about it, but I heard a couple of people mention it last week. Like, yo, nobody said that. Nobody said that it was supposed to be bought once and stay, right?
Mm-hmm.
hmm Yeah,
What?
yes.
Yeah, nobody
Mhm.
said that. I said it was the one
That.
stock that you'd own for the
Yeah,
rest of your life.
exactly.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but I never said
Because
that you're supposed to buy it and stay in it.
I
In
think
fact,
Uh-huh.
somebody said something because it tickled my brain at the time because I wanted to say, but somebody said it.
uh-huh.
What?
Low po.
I don't know if they said exactly, but I probably will, but they sell because they can buy it back.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
said that
man,
they
low
have
Yeah,
for the
I
po.
one
think it was
stock.
local.
Low
Yeah,
po.
It's not that you think that. It's not that you have to only be buying at every single point. Every time you have money, you have to go buy that stock. It's sometimes even during the bad times, you can say, all right,
So
I'm out.
timing.
You can also sell. And what do you say? You can't sell the stock and buy it back
Mm-hmm.
later.
Mm-hmm.
in fact, if you only could only buy one stock, if you could only buy
You
one
might
stock for the
suit
rest
it
of your
better.
life,
Yeah, exactly.
you should
You
sell
should
it.
exactly that.
You should sell it and buy it back
hmm
later. Yeah,
Because
Mm-hmm.
you know the rough times.
yeah. And you see, because you're locked in, you know the
hmm
rough times, so you know the good times. So you know when this is a good time, it won't last. I should
In a
take
lot
some of
of
what's here
ways,
now.
that is what we
Mm-hmm.
do across the market.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Because and I
definitely.
find I think I have a lot of conversation with people and they don't get that. I see it. I want to say it sometimes, it just doesn't happen. The
It's
reality
hard
is,
to say. It's hard to
I
say.
want it's people do this thing where they discard a stock. I made my money off Fesco. I'll never buy Fesco again because that was the one play that Fesco will ever have. So what's next? I even got have clients where we buy that again, and they're like, what? Why?
But then it's just like that RPL point you made maybe a couple weeks ago when you
hmm
were like, yeah, last month we were buying it under $3 and selling it at 4.20, but
Why did I
now,
buy that for enough? I
yep,
sold it at $2 last year. And I made a lot of profit. Why would I buy it again? And this, what you mean I was buy that for? And imagine every single month, it is you find this. You might have to find this new buy price that was higher,
mm-hmm,
and sometimes it's higher than what you sold it for at
mm-hmm.
profit. And you have to say, well,
Facts. That
I
part
know
is very
I know
difficult
it's beating
to
people
buy,
now. As I said, the other like last week
especially
or
if I'm not,
before.
if especially if not a lot of time has passed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. because it's not that it's not it's often not even not really tracking the quote unquote patterns or just the
Mm-hmm.
reality of this thing. It's
Yep.
I found a play. I found this thing that might work, whatever, and done. It makes me think of him again. Oh, if I Warren Buffett and the cigarette butts, you do one last smoke. So people think of stocks like that. It's one last play. I found the play in this stock, and it done.
It
All right,
that.
and it might even be why dividends so nice today because the one last play is over a long time and they get paid. No, and they get paid every whenever. So it feels good. I don't
So
have to do the work
that's
of
the
it.
thing I'm saying about Carreras. Carreras is, I'm guessing, presenting an
Of
issue
course, of
for a bunch
course.
of people.
In a lot of profit, and I know this thing pay good dividends. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a whore again, I'll stay here.
Yeah, we
I did
don't
the
have
work
it
already, and
already.
I'm paid no matter
It
what.
has gone up quite significantly. Think
Hmm
I'll just chill here.
But that's the NCB dilemma right now. It went up quite significantly. Everything was fine. Why would I ever sell NCB?
That's
200 is
true.
going to 500. I'm listed on the Nasdaq.
Yes.
It pays dividends every quarter, and when it
Mm-hmm.
falls, then oh wow, what do I do now? I believe, I hope, I'll stay. It will go back. It will go back. The most is on the Nasdaq. It will go back. It's at 180. It will go back, man. 100.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I'll buy in that 90. It's good. And that conversation just keeps happening to the one person over and over and over. And the
Mm-hmm.
reality is, maybe I should have sold because dividends is stopped too. So maybe I should
Mm-hmm.
have sold and looked somewhere else
Fiat.
because you're not here for the stock. It's not about the stock. Unless it is, but you have to realize that. Right? if your goal aligns where this stock is the thing that does for you, you find your one stock and you go about your business and everything good. But as I said, selling should be in that plan as well
It
because
has to be.
you're not as much as I wouldn't say yes. I would say selling should be in that plan. I'll make it general. I don't want to go too much into the niche of of anything else. But yeah, selling should be in that
Mm-hmm.
plan. For most people, selling should be in that plan.
Mm-hmm. It's harder to decide on your selling price
Mm-hmm.
when you are already in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels harder for me. Like if I go in with the plan for where I'm buying and where I'm selling, I don't have to wonder.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have seen me do it where I set the sell when I buy.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody on YouTube should be good to go again with sound. Apologies for that. But you didn't miss anything because I realized it pretty quickly, so I'll say this. Damn, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot the point. So here's the point. Here's the point. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was saying like I don't think that. as disagreeing with just the end part of what Danai said, that I don't think that almost everybody should have a plan to sell some or whatever security they have or securities. I think everybody should. I think every single person should have it. For every single person, for every single stock.
Mm-hmm.
Even and honestly, especially those of you who have it for, oh no, I'm long term. I have it for my kids to put on, or no, this isn't for me, it's my pension. The more serious you are about that, is the more serious you should have a sell picture in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Why? It don't mean that you hate it. Well, I think one of the first things that we should do, people, there's all those little truisms that people have. Oh, you should. Stocks is about managing. It's 90% emotions management, and that's true. But you don't even understand what that means, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not in the way that you think. One of the
Facts.
emotion management things that you should have is, who told you to fall in love with JMMB or NCB? Yeah. Michael Leachin hasn't fallen in love with. I mean, maybe he's in love with it. I don't know. I never asked him that, but he has sold a lot of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not many. Well, I shouldn't say not many. There are a lot of. I think a lot of maybe founders or large company owners
So
at the market
that's a
have never
niche I was
sold.
going with, but I disagree myself as immediate. That's it. But even then, they should have reasons why. Okay, maybe there's a point to sell it.
Exactly. You should always have that point at which you sell, because otherwise you built yourself an anchor
And then
that can
again,
pull you down.
when they ask, somebody asked Barry, "What would you ever sell SVL?" And he said, "For the right price or something like that."
Mhm.
Mm.
He said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. He's deep. He loves it, managing whatever, but the stock is never too good for certain things. Imagine somebody come to you, Rand. You get a top 10 stake in SVL, and somebody come to you
God,
and say they'll
please.
buy it for anything,
They buy for
right?
what?
So just give me a price. Like you're
Oh,
not, you build up this stake in love, and you maybe even have other ways of earning around this company or whatever. But the reality is, there's a price that just too good, right? Like somebody, especially if value, everybody's favorite word, value. And if I look at the company right now, it's just not valued. It's just the price you're giving me is way more than or just not even way more, it's more than the value of what I put on it. Then that's a good price, right?
it's a great
If
price, I
if
think.
all this thing does for me, money wise, it comes at a dollar figure, and you give me more than that, I just take it.
It is what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
what it is. Um, Yesterday, I did a session. Well, it was public, so I don't know how many people from the public joined it, because I wasn't the one in charge of it. I gave a small speech. It was over Zoom too, but a speech on the market. I did it with the Rotaract, I think New Kingston Rotaract Club.
Mhm.
And in it, I mean, when you do stuff over Zoom, it's hard to get feedback, and the guys will always tell you that, oh yeah, it was great, and I never really know unless you need feedback. But I'm saying
Mhm.
that to say, if you didn't catch a speech, I don't know if I brought it out properly, but like the point I brought was that same thing you mentioned in that value. I looking at my notes even know on it, and I'm saying, like the point I was saying there was that value, and I have this idea in my mind that everybody has two values. You have your value, and then you have what I call like an exchange value, which is the value that other people value things that you exchange it in your value to. So
Mhm.
$1,000, if you're really rich or you're high, oh, $1,000 on the money that. If you're living on the street and you don't know your next meal coming from, $1,000,
That bag of
that's
food,
like
that.
that's like a
Tomorrow.
week's worth of,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the same $1,000, right? So
Mhm.
it's really your value. So yeah, if I was a top 10 stakeholder in SVL, and I don't have it just because I love SVL or whatever, I would have it for whatever reason that matters to me.
Mm-hmm.
There's an exchange value on that thing that matters to me. Suppose I have it because I
Mm-hmm.
think that it can allow me to develop a massive other structure. Like I think Jamaica deserves a certain sort of financial infrastructure, but to do that it needs funding, and there's no magic. If you actually, one of the annoying things about knowing a little bit more and learning a little bit more and also making a little bit more money, one of the really annoying things is how much less I got to blame the government.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first time, as in foreign, I went to, I think I was in DC, and I went to a bunch of museums, and I was told that there was no museum, or they maybe was just starting a museum for, it was an African American museum. And I was like, oh, why wouldn't the government do that? And they explained to me that, oh no, this isn't government. Like this stuff isn't like the museums. A lot of the stuff you see, they're not. The government might have a thing. Libraries also. I went to a lot of libraries. But let me tell a more accurate point around libraries. I was like, well, this library's nice, and they say, yeah. And I was reading the plaque, and they explained to me that pretty much it's a rich guy from back in the day started the library. In fact, most of the libraries are uploaded of the libraries in the US were started by I think Rockefeller or whichever one
Mm-hmm.
got his thing broken up. But he
I
thought
mean, they
that
both Carnegie
learning
and
and
Rockefeller.
knowledge and that stuff would be good for the country, his country, America. And
Mm-hmm.
so what he put his money where his mouth is. He started these libraries all over. And then after a while, the government might come in and take it over, or they might use it, but it's not from there. And I also thought about art. I like art and I want like public art. I always wonder like, yo, why we can't have a nice statue here or that there? Of course, I know there's some of that in, obviously we know there's some of that, but everybody think, oh, the government. Then when I started to realize that, oh no, it's people with money that care about it, do it and curate it and take care of it. And if you do it long enough, maybe you're dead or whatever, you leave it somewhere and then the government takes it over because it is now considered to be a bit of
Part of the
public
culture.
art. Exactly. But it requires somebody to start it. Now, if I have that in mind, I think that the financial infrastructure of Jamaica should be better. I think more Jamaicans would rise up higher in the happiness and the financial index if they had XYZ access to whatever, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I know now that, yo, there's no, you can't call bro God to come and do it or the right honorable bro God to whatever. You have to do it. And the only way you're going to do it because you can't just give people it, is value. So it has to have some value, and people have to have that value and see that value, and so they have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
And if the value is actually good, they will pay for it. That's how you know it's working when they're paying for it, right?
Mhm.
And remember, you're doing
Mhm.
all of that. That means that if I'm doing that and I think all of that will work, I'm doing all of that that when that value is happening and people say, "Oh, this financial thing you built is great," and it's work, it means that lots of people are paying for it. So
Mm-hmm.
literally, as a side effect of making people's financial lives better, you're going to make more money. I realize I'm saying that, and my money J kind of fits the bill for that, right? I stopped complaining about why them not rare, and I said, "Hey, what can I do?"
What can I
And,
do?
and,
Yeah.
that brought me there. But anyway, I don't want to lose the
Especially
point.
when you're in the position to do it, right? Yeah.
Well, even when you're not, even when you think you aren't in a position to do it, you start. Well, you start and
That
then
is
you
it.
get there.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the point I'm making here is, if I was that person, I had a top 10 stake in SVL, and it's because I have that long term dream for whatever. I'm thinking that if I could just do that long term dream, it might cost me, I don't know, 100 billion. Um, and then if it works, the 100 billion might become 300 billion. Now, if somebody comes along early and say, hey, write an amount into the check for your top 10 stake in SVL. I'd probably, and I go, you sure? And them say yes. And I go, well, I know that my dream probably costs 100 billion. And if I get it right, it probably gives me 300 billion, but it rises everybody's dream. I'm writing 450, just in case, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm writing 450, if they're going to give me 450, then yeah, I'm giving up the thing early because I'm not in love with
Because
SVL. I'm in love with
exactly,
my
you're not
value.
there for the time, as I always say.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
decided that this is I was going to wait the whole 10 years for that 450 billion, for that 300 billion, but I can get
Mm-hmm.
450 now and kickstart that dream early. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and but translate that to every single stock and everything you're doing. It's the Jamaica Warriors. The question I asked, firmament. If
Mm.
at the end of the year, the money you're waiting 5 years for, 5 or 3 years, I can't remember what he said exactly, but the money you said you're willing to sell you want Jamaica to be at I can't remember exactly his figure. It was $10 in 3 years. That's what you're looking for Jamaica. And I asked him at the end of the year
No,
using
he
a
said like
price that
3 months. He said
no,
something
no,
1.
3 months, end of the year.
that was not last year. That was not last week. It was the guy before that.
Okay,
Yeah,
Okay.
okay,
he
okay.
said 10. He said 3 years thing there, and it's a guy. It's Firmament. Firmament said he doesn't see any other company that will do the triple movement of triple value in three
Mm.
years about Transamerica, and I said if at the end of the year you see that price for Transamerica, what are you doing? And his response was he's going to keep waiting. And I said, but
For
that's the
yeah.
question. It's not about the time. You're not here to be in love with the stock. You tell me that you bought this stock because you're triple in 3 years and triple by end of the year. You're there early. Move on. The thing if you wanted to buy your house in 3 years' time and you need to get this money together, and it happens now. When you have the money together, go buy the house.
Yo, shout out to that
I
one girl,
actually
God.
want to hear from somebody who's been in that because I really want to understand it better.
I have
I
a girl
really.
story on that. I have a girl story on that. But yeah, that's a good point, Shay, to reach out. So guys, you guys on Twitter, send a speaking request if you have, if this is you, if you've been in that seller's dilemma, or you are in that seller's dilemma, boy, more site or should I sell it? Let's talk. I think this is something. I know that this is something that every investor goes through. So
Yeah.
send a speaking request so we can talk. But I see Judsa send a early request. So I if this is in her wheelhouse at all. Teacher Striker, you can
In my
hear us?
wheelhouse. In my wheelhouse. Hey Randy, how are you? Hi Shay. Hi Danai. Hi
What's up?
everybody.
What's up, teacher Striker?
Teacher Striker.
Sir.
Yeah, I put in a speaking request when Danai and Shay were talking about, sometimes when you're used to selling a stock at a certain price and now it's higher and you say, all right, am I gonna buy it at this price and that sort of thing. I had that situation, of course, with NCB just the other day.
Mm,
Because we bought NCB like we're at $27 or so, 27, 28, having a great time with NCB, right?
mm-hmm,
And then no, boy, I just decided, all right, time up with NCB, get out of the game. So I got out
Boom.
of it and, watching everybody else there, you
mm-hmm.
know. Then was it Wednesday? Or was it Wednesday? I just said, you know what? It was trading heavily at 46. And then I noticed that it dipped. Or I thought it was gonna dip. And I said, let me put in something. So I put in something for 44 plus, 44 a little bit. And I got it there. In my mind, I know that it was much higher than I was comfortable with. I'm being very honest. But then I know that in the back of my head too, I said, all right, I'm gonna buy high and sell higher.
Ha! Hold on, that's a big one. So yeah, hold on. You said that after you own it.
Big up that Finko.
No, no, no. I said when I saw it at 40 46, I said if I could get it a little bit lower, I could actually buy it here so and sell her. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not comfortable doing this. So it
Uh-huh.
was very new to me. Like, all
How long
right,
ago was this?
this is was this Wednesday today or Friday? Was it? It
Okay,
was
okay.
either
So it's
Tuesday
this
or
week.
Wednesday.
Is
This
this
week, yeah.
week? All right, sorry, boss. Okay. So wait,
Yeah. So.
wait, hold on. I don't want you're skipping what I think is a key point.
Mhm.
What are you new to? What are you not comfortable with? What was that point?
The thing is that I liked buying it. I was comfortable buying it at 20s and
29,
30s.
30.
Yes. I just thought in my head that the 46 that it was trading at, in my head, it shouldn't have reached there. That's what my head was telling me, that boy,
Huh?
gone up to 46, just a little too fast. Now that it's not gonna go there. I was saying, boy, it is out of my price range. And if something out of my price range, I just normally would just leave it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm trying to change my mindset around certain things like that. Because sometimes I
Mm.
leave things and then, in hindsight, I say, boy,
Yeah,
if I
man,
did follow my
2020.
mind, right. Because I can't keep on saying, boy, NCB going to go back down to 20 now and 30. I can't do that. I have to change my mindset. So I
Hey.
just took the opportunity to change my mindset this week and say, all right, if it even goes to drops to 44, I would
Mm-hmm.
buy it. So I set an order at 44 a little bit, 44 a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. And it went down there. And I worked out from before, I'd worked out that, all right, if it go down at 44, I am going to sell it at 49, work it out. And I said, I am not waiting till it hit 49. Once that I said it at 49, because I also know how people are, if it's going to hit, like, some people have whole number problems and, them kind of thing.
Mhm.
And
I
Uh,
call it so, I call it something else in the girl group, but yes,
okay, okay.
what I
Those
say is that
kind
It's
of,
a real thing.
there's certain psychological numbers on the market.
mhm,
Mhm.
yes,
Some prices are psychological.
mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
See?
I think this touches well into a conversation you had today, Randy,
Which
around
one?
because what I like
But
the
there have been
submission of
conversations
comfort
from
around it.
morning, brother.
Yeah, yeah, man. You've been inspiring. I haven't read everything yet, but the thing you said to somebody around
Oh, in
it's
group.
not the feelings. It's not the feeling isn't what guides your decision. It's all right. I have this feeling. Get to the root of it, and can I validate my decisions outside of the feeling? So as you said, Jutsa, you're not
Mhm,
comfortable doing that, but as long as you can look at yourself and say, why am I not comfortable? Is it because I my research indicates that this don't make sense, or
mhm.
because I was doing something else for so long? I feel
Yes.
like I'm breaking that, and even if my research says otherwise, I'm frozen now. I can't make a move because boy, the 29 is too sweet. I'm gonna go and buy that say that thing there at 40. Especially and it's the people after this fear of buying it higher. It's I've been buying it, I'm in profit. I would never buy more. I'm already on the profit. I'm 30% up on this
Is it?
100% journey. And I get some
Mhm,
money that I never planned for. I'll buy it no more. But you know,
mhm,
at this 30% up, there's 70% more to go. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't
mhm,
you not? Why wouldn't you buy it?
Yeah.
Right?
It's what I call, and this is not the correct name for it, but then I knows what I mean. And maybe a long time this is not what I mean. It's what I call the greater fool theory. It is
Mm-hmm.
not the greater fool theory, but it is linked to it in that people often think of the price that they're excited about. They think of the people, they think of anybody buying it at that price as a fool.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
mhm,
me buy it at $1 and it reached 350. I wouldn't buy it at 350, even though
Anybody else doing the idiot?
I talked to Danai and he's showing me clearly that listen, I think
mhm.
comfortably it's gonna be at 5 by the end of the year, and by maybe this time next year, it'll probably be at 7, if not 10.
Well, transfer me
And
correctly.
everything definitely not. Everything that he's laying out and him show me or whatever makes sense. In the grow group and right I have it with advanced grow and they show me certain things and then use an example. I will go through, I'm a see it, I'm a believe it, But me now buy it at 350 and four right there now because I bought it at one and it's now at $3.50 or maybe four.
Mhm.
And yeah, I really believe it I got 10. But I am not, and I have some money, but I'm not going to buy it at 350. Why? Because I bought it at one. The people who want to buy it at 350 now done. Or, yeah, the people who buy it at 350 now done. Because me I sell at 350% profit. All you feel buy when I'm selling at 350% profit.
Mhm.
You must be a fool.
Mhm.
Even though,
When I bought that one, it was up from the guy that started the
yeah,
company by 10 times.
and
You
that's
must be
why
a
one of
fool
the
then, right?
things,
Everybody's
yeah,
a
man, that's
fool.
why one of the things I try to have people understand is that it's just how that market actually works, not how you think it works, not how people say it work, not how people write and tell you it work or what I'm telling you in groups or whatever. Like one of the strengths of the Grow group that people often find when them join is that it's not, oh, Randy said X and so it got X. Like some of the best moments in that group for me have been when people have corrected me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to this day, I still think about the many iterations of the circuit breaker, and
Mm-hmm.
I promised myself I remember that young lady's name. A young lady who I'd done the advanced grant on it, and she was saying something, and I was like, no, and again, I am not just am I talking in the group. I'm doing a presentation on it, but I said let me listen to her, and she laid it out, and she was right, I was wrong. Well, she was right for what we thought was right at the time. Much
You know
later.
the circuit breaker.
Yeah, we know the circuit breaker thing. Yeah. But the important thing is that what I had then was wrong. What she was saying
Mhm.
was right,
and
and
that changes the market
it
so
changed
it changes your
everything.
perspective on the market every single time it happens because you start seeing things very differently and it will clear a path. No,
Yeah,
profit
man.
becomes
Like
much
this.
easier when you start looking when that clarity comes.
Well, when you accept it, it becomes easier
Hmm.
because you start working with you're not working with reality.
Yeah.
When you don't know or when you refuse
Hmm.
to accept it, then you get joke. However,
I had a conversation like that just this week or last week, and
tell me.
I was outlining the thing I'm holding up here is I don't it might be out there for other people, but the idea was RPL, right? And
Hmm.
the move was behind everything going on with RPL. And the
Oh,
thing I was trying
that's
to highlight to the person was we don't know. We don't. I don't have. I don't have the I'm not working at the wherever whoever is doing all that to get up and
pump
say
gas.
exactly to get up and say I don't know what suppose somebody is doing a move in RPL over a long period of time and I'm not the one doing it, so I do not actually know why they're doing what they're doing. All I have is their output, so I can see the result of what they've done over the last 3 years.
Hmm.
Price doing this and I can profit in this way, but
Yes.
the best I can do is figure out what that output is and try to align it with what I think is happening on their side.
Hmm.
If their thing changes, they're not telling me. If if I'm wrong about it, but all I've seen so far is the outcome, and so I see the outcome change in a way that boy for the last 2 years this is my idea of it, and it happens differently this month. It doesn't
Hmm.
necessarily mean that they're changing anything on their side in terms of what their plan is around what they're doing. How they do it might look different this month. How what they're doing exactly might look different this month. But the reality is, all I know for sure is that these things happened, and I've been able to profit against it. If their thing changes, then I don't really know that. So as best as possible, I try to get to understand that so I can try to get as close to reality as possible. And
Hmm.
sometimes you can't know, and that trips up a lot of people. Because as I said, the same as she just mentioned, it's been RPL for me the last last month, this month, last 2 months, and this month coming. It's what's happening? How I must buy it at this price or whatever, because
Yeah, RPL
they're
must be a
being
hard
tricked up.
one.
But
Yeah, 'cause if you bought RPL and you were like maybe in the first quarter, I mean, you paid maybe the most for it.
mm-hmm,
Chances are you paid high twos,
mm-hmm.
low threes.
And it's the thing you mentioned again. Boy, all these thing investments, everything was ties together. It's hard to
Yep.
keep all these lessons in your head, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, what you don't realize you read is you were just comfortable with, as you say, your exchange value being $2 because $2 was small to you. You just kind of feel away now that the war is happening at 3, this happening at 4. But people have been able to do the same thing you've been doing. You were doing it with them for a long time, and they're doing it now. But your comfort around it has changed because boy, how this must really work out at that price. Because I was doing it at $2. Why would I buy it for 4? Why would 4 make sense?
Hmm.
And the reality is 4 might just make sense.
Well, you know what? When when people see like I've had these conversations. I haven't had them enough, but I've had these conversations where like I'm talking to somebody and let's use real things. I don't like to get. Well, we use the same RPL. I use RPL. Um, when RPL IPO at $1, right? A couple of years ago. When when um when you bought, they say you bought a year ago, late September for it fell. There's a day when it fell to like 253, $2.50. Could probably go back a little further and get an even lower price. Not probably, definitely go back lower and get lower prices. 217. You bought in April 2023 for 217, 220. You're buying it at that point 120% higher than the IPO price a couple months before, right? And it goes all the way up to 296. In fact, it probably hitting $3. And that's like the middle of June. End of May, middle of June, it's hitting $3. End of May, June, end of May, early June 2023 is hitting $3. So it took a lot of faith for you to buy the thing at 220 because it's 120% more than the IPO, which was just a little earlier, right? But you buy it at 220 and it worked out. You get more than 50% on top of it. More than 50% in a matter of days. It's almost at 3. When it's at that point, if Danai had come from the future, he come from now and travel back in time, I say, yeah, 292, 250, 290, don't worry about it at 3. Don't worry about it, buy it at 3. Very few people would be willing to touch and buy it at 3, regardless of what you're saying. And that's I know heavily because of that same thing, that the same idea of me not who ordered that, me not do that. Me not buy it at 3. After I was buying it at 2, I miss it at 1. Worse if I bought some at 1 and then bought more at 2. Me not buy it at no 3, right? But the people who do it are the people who would have now been seeing more than 100% on top of what they bought then. So
And
they
then I'm
weren't
tell you
really
to buy
great.
again.
Randy, you
Here
know
we
what I
go.
thought about as you were talking, and this is something that you have touched on. Spoken about before, where a lot of people are saying they're not buying at 3 when the IPO was at 1, and then you mentioned that the people who were in before the IPO, they also bought way below the dollar that they're selling for. Um, so then I started thinking about the IPO as an exit strategy. Like
It
often
is.
some people are getting out, and that's
It
why
is. It
you can
is.
get some piece of the
It is.
company to buy.
It is. It is. In fact, that's why they talk about it in finance as an exit.
Exit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
In fact, sometimes a lot of
exit
those
don't mean
people
you're selling
aren't.
too.
Yeah, yeah. It might not even. Yeah, you may not even be selling. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Dan. I know you know
Oh
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. Exit doesn't mean you're selling. It could just mean it's the same you always talk about. You're moving to a different class of recognition
Mhm.
of the value of it. It's no, it's more liquid. I just
Mhm.
imagine you have a company that you have a company, but the value of the company isn't decided. Meaning it's not listed. You have a taxi company. You have a bunch of taxis. Drivers drive. You bring in money, but you don't know what somebody will pay for it. You don't know. You can't get a loan against the value of the company because it's just the company. So all you can really realize from it, the cash that you get on the books and the profits you make. You list it, then suddenly there's somebody willing to pay X amount for it, and you can get up and say, "Hey, I can get money against this." So now the value of the company is more than just what I get from the company on a day-to-day basis. You can do something now and you can get some money in your hand and go do other things with the company and all that outside of the company because the company now is at a point where the value is recognized on a different level than it was before. The value is actually recognized. You can get a margin loan for millions of dollars.
But I think we kind
Okay.
of have to try to
Yeah.
step away from this idea that if I am buying and somebody else is selling, then they're getting one over on me. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thinking, because and we've said this before. You don't know what I have going on, or
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
you're selling and my selling, like you're buying and my selling have very
No,
little
no,
to
from
do
each
with
other.
each other.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the only intersection is that we're in a transaction together.
The thing is, people like to.
People even know that.
That's funny. But the thing I look at often is the conversation around those points. Very often the conversation stops there. It's oh, they're not raising the money that's selling shareholder. Let's not look at it. We stop looking at is this company a good buy? Is the value of this company that I'm getting? I'm the $1
That
price
too.
I'm seeing in front of me. Is it good? Like, do I think I can make money here? Do I think this is really just too cheap for what I look at the company and see? They don't have that conversation. There's that we want to have that conversation everywhere else. Say the company is raising money, then that conversation happens. But the moment that thing comes in front of them, oh boy, the company not getting any money.
I have
But
another
that's not where it
layer.
stops. Yeah, it's the same. Like I said, the greater fool
Then how many people have asked you about private equity?
all the
Phew.
time, all the time. My problem with private equity is a different thing, though. It's
Most people
they're just
don't.
serious.
Most people
Yeah,
don't know if private.
yeah.
You know the funny thing is, the funny thing is with private equity, most people want to the private equity. The idea, I've said this before. What people idea of private equity is, most people, the idea of private equity
Mm-hmm.
is sell me the shares right before IPO. It's like a reserve. It's an
100%.
IPO reserve. That's what people.
I feel
It's
That's what it
facts.
is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Real private equity
presented
don't work that way.
private equity to people before who would ask me to talk to them about private equity, and then outline the reality of it, just start looking very shaky. They're like, oh, never mind. It's the same thing as the market. I wish there was no risk. I want to buy and it go up and I make a bag of money and I make a tweet say, everything good.
Reach out.
Then yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
private equity.
man, but
I get it all the time, and then
that's my point.
when you
You
check them back on
want
it,
to be in before the IPO, but then you have problems with the people who are in before the IPO.
Well, only if those people are selling, which doesn't make any sense when you think about it. Because again,
mm-hmm.
and I have some of those uncomfortable conversations because I ask people how it go, and I don't know. I think there's a mix between maybe a little bit lower financial literacy, so I use it as an opportunity sometimes. That's why I like when people ask questions here, because not only am I helping the person, I know that it's rare that somebody comes on and asks a question and they're the only one with that question. It's
Mm-hmm.
very, very
That's
rare.
true.
That's why I
Mm-hmm.
encourage so many people to ask those questions because you are not as unique as you think when it comes to the market.
Mm-hmm.
Chances are a lot of people are going through exactly what you are also going through.
Yep.
So like the, yeah, that's why I like when people ask those questions. But you don't have
It's maths class, bro. You sit down, you're
yeah,
confused, and you want somebody else raise their hand to ask you a question.
which as somebody who used to struggle in math class with that, I understand it. But that's and because I know better now, that's why I try to encourage
Mm-hmm.
people to do
That's
it.
exactly it.
But yeah,
Yeah. Nobody
you
knows
don't
the next
have
question is asked. Or if we leave it at just the understanding that everything we're speaking about is understood, then boy, that's just more misunderstanding.
yeah, yeah. It's not. It's a large part of it is just the lack of understanding of how it works, just how it
Mm-hmm.
works. I say it to people, and I say it forever. The price can rise if somebody don't sell, and the
Mm-hmm.
price can drop if nobody don't buy.
Nobody. Yeah.
Yeah, I say it
I find
again.
it
Like
the
listen to
thing.
that again. If you're watching this on YouTube, listen to that again. I didn't make a mistake.
On the
The thing
pack.
I find is that people want to be the guy that bought before it rose
Yeah, man.
as much as possible. I want to buy and the price don't drop. And I will be very antsy if the drop is even just for a week before that moment where everything bingo. It's you think what's happening with thing that you think thing that done, you think the thing that other and it's always the same thing. It's I was buying at $4 because I thought six was in play. I can get it now at $3. Why is it suddenly bad? Nothing has changed. All is well. And as usual, it doesn't mean that things aren't bad. But you truly should ask a question on an equal level. Is three still good? Or should I be leaving here? It shouldn't be, boy, let me just jump to fear or jump to opportunity. Everything must be good. Let me run with it. You should truly ask yourself the questions at every single point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's how you save yourself.
But it becomes annoying then, right? It becomes annoying and painful because what I have found, what my estimation is that most of these decisions, especially most retail investors, make their decisions from a basis of fear.
Yeah.
Even when you see like this, the poster, the dilemma, even when, maybe not even, especially when they're in profit, that's when the fear comes. Because I don't know how I got there. But guess
It's
and
also
spell
a
and get it.
comfortable fear. That's a problem. That's a problem, you know.
Well, yeah, because if I don't do anything,
I'm
I'm in
good
profit.
in your mind, yes.
Yeah.
And it's even when, and that's that. It's what Shay was saying earlier, with your full goal in mind. You're not there yet, but you feel very comfortable because I'm already in profit. So I need 100%. I'm 50 up. If I don't do anything, then I can wait. Everything good. But the truth is, maybe it's time to sell. And you look at 50, the other 50 somewhere else. But
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
the sale not gonna happen because I've already do this and I'm here and I make the money. And I really feel the fear. I really asking, yo, I come on BrickTalk to Danny. Right? Then I Randy, I try to pick them thoughts. You come in the session with Dana, you go in the group with Randy, you asking the question. I really is leading to, should I be selling this thing? But you have a good comfort around it. So you hold it back. You say, boy, I'll stay. I'll stay. Everything leads you to, let me not make that decision. Let me not sell. Let me not
Mm-hmm.
let me hardly even examine the thing if I should be selling. I'm
That's
good.
the
I'm already there.
problem
I'm already where I
now.
need to be
The examination is not happening. Like,
at all.
go back and go over it is
Mm-hmm.
a better idea than just not doing anything.
You have a comfort in doing nothing, and
Yeah, that's the problem.
it saves you from the discomfort of the work, but it
Boy, the
kills you down the
discomfort of
line.
losing the profit. Brett,
Yeah, man.
what
It will
about
kill
that?
but that's the problem. You feel good. You're already in profit. All is
Yeah.
well. So
And
the
most
work I
people
don't
don't
do
think that
now,
way.
I won't. I don't think about the feel I'm going to feel of it 2 years down the line when I actually need what I need.
Jaja.
Yeah. So
Yeah, most people
at
don't
that
think that
point, you
way.
just give you've taken away you take away your own options. You have all the
Yeah.
time between now and then to do what you need to do, but I don't really feel the need to do it. And
Or
that's
or
that's
or I
my
feel the
problem then.
need to do it. Another things that or I feel the need to do it, but
Hmm.
I'm stuck. Like I fretting.
You're frozen. Yes.
Yeah. Yo, people will feel the need. People will buy the thing at 50 cents or buy it at a
Hmm.
dollar. Say them will sell it when it reached $2. Man, I could dream that. It reached 3.50.
And nobody
And,
idea.
and you put the idea in front of them of selling and they start to sweat just like in the picture.
Long term.
Yeah, man, no, but sell? But I'm long term, but you're not really long term. But you know you're not long term, but you want the money, but yeah,
You
suppose it
forget
go
the
up
2 years are
more.
going to need the money in 3 years.
Yeah, suppose it go up more. Suppose it go
Yeah.
up more. Because that's another big
Because
thing, right?
it already
Nope.
passed where I want to. Most can go up more because it already gone past where they want to say. The two
And
dollar
guess
just
what?
say. And when they
And
want
I
to say, I go
never,
say.
yeah, and I never did anything for it to go there, and it went
Yes.
there. So if I do more of nothing, it will go
Nothing.
up higher, right? Yeah. And then
You
here's
get
the real
penny, yeah.
core behind it. Here's a fear
Hmm.
too. Nobody wants to be the fool who sold
So
at. I bought that 50. I bought that at one, and it went to two. I never sell. It went to three. I never sell. I went to 350. Went to four. And I finally sell 400%. My money. What's that? A triple, quadruple.
hmm. And then it gone 10.
Oh God, man. So I'm gonna hate this stocks thing.
You forget
How can
tax
you
rate.
make
Why
somebody
should
hate
it got 10?
150?
Why shouldn't go 10?
Yeah, how can you
And
make somebody
you were
hate
smart man.
150% profit? Show them 300.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Suddenly, nobody wants to be the fool who sold at three and then it went to five. But if your goal was two, three was extra. Three is extra.
Hmm.
Three is greed. Who told you that five is coming?
Hmm.
And then you have the people who see the five and then that's that's another side of maybe the reality of the market. Maybe that's maybe another episode. But like everybody waiting on the five, just like the trans Jamaica, everybody waiting on I used to say the five, no, yeah, apparently it's the 10. So everybody waiting on the 10.
Mm-hmm.
But bringing it back to Judsa, who we cut off long ago, or I said she drop off. Yeah, but bring it back to her with the idea of buying higher and selling higher. Everybody waiting on the 10. But she's smart because she says she knows how some people are when it comes to psychological numbers, which means that she knows that if everybody waiting on the 10, then it probably is going to brush 10. Because
Mm-hmm.
some people, you always have some people who move quicker than others.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
Serious.
people who move, and then you have
Come.
some people who are more serious, and they have the people who are not guessing. And there are the people like Teacher Strike, and there are people like Danai, me, Shay, and the whole of the girl got them. So I say all that to say, 10 probably won't reach, right?
Mm-hmm.
990, it start get pressure because I don't need the extra 10 cents. I've gone 990. And you have somebody else who don't need the 990, then them gone 985. And Randy said 985, and I say, no, he must sell 985. So you
Hold
have
on,
somebody
you
who's selling
know,
at the
there,
980,
there
right?
when
It
I see
nah, see
billion
10.
unit at billion unit at night. What?
Yeah,
No, that
man.
that means I'm have got eat then.
Yeah, and
See,
that make
boss.
it worse.
Yeah.
The queue start the queue make it worse because the queue show you some people footprint already,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not even bringing in things like for the people who use my money JA, you can tell which orders are like the broker
Mm-hmm.
linked orders, right? So like looking on the same Trans Jamaica, yeah, everybody and them cousin would love the 10, and I'm sure some of the extended cousins might love they might love the 5, but when you look and you see like a broker linked order at 420 and you start wonder, right? You start wondering, and then you see a big order in a broker link, but they're 480, and you see another broker linked order at 495. How it reach 5, much less 10,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you see a broker link at 420, and you see a broker link at 410, and you see the current price at 401. I don't know if 10 by Christmas is realistic, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's what people use my money JA. Of course, hundreds of people use my money JA, thousands of people use my money JA. And the sharper ones have the premium package that allow them to see this stuff. But then that means that the people who are seeing this have more information than and a greater interpretation of information than you, who maybe just looking on just J Trader or just looking on JMNB or whatever, right? Um, so you waiting for 10, them sharp and going for 990, 980, 970, 960. And you have even the sharper people too. You have the girl grads who might figure something out and them waiting for 940, 930. You sit down and hope and pray at 10 when none of this might make sense. Worse if the big pocketed people are waiting for 9. So the whole of it get dropped, right?
But the
Yeah,
big deal is, remember, the 10 boss said him not buying at 10. And at most he'd buy at 7.
That's
yeah,
another.
yeah.
You
But
so
I don't
you
think that's
can't say
another
I
thing,
really
Shay. I think
you
that's the
can't say
same thing.
mm-hmm.
I think that's the same. I don't want like the greater fool, the people
Mm-hmm.
buying at 100, the people buying at 10 dons. That's where
You're
I'm
waiting on an
selling.
idiot to sell to.
Yeah,
You
man.
can't give me a good reason it's going to 10. Because you can't give me a good reason why somebody would buy it from you at 10. But your
Exactly.
real reason is I'm going to trick somebody. I'm going to be smarter than everybody else
Mm-hmm.
in the market, and they're going
Mm-hmm.
to be the idiots that buy from me at 10.
Uh-huh.
Not forgetting that you yourself bought at 3, 2, which is up from the IPO price. So by your same logic, you're the fool here.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Everybody's a fool
We're
Mm-hmm.
all
if
the
you
greater
really get
fool.
past that.
Exactly. And you
The
said that. Sorry, go ahead, Shay. I don't want
I
to cut you
was
again. Go
going to
ahead.
say how especially with this idea of investing around events, right? Tav, big up
Mm-hmm.
Tav. A lot of people in grower
Mm-hmm.
invest with their exit tied to something amazing happening,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's kind of how you have to. plan for your exit. What is going to make somebody want it from you at whatever price you want to sell it at?
Because we're gonna say it that way.
Yeah, how
And
is
you start feel like paying more and more the more the money go up, you know. You really start feel that when you start hit the
Fox?
millions because boy, it was really easy to find that fool at 100,000. Imagine 3 million now. You're gonna say which fool gonna sit down and have 3 million to spend on this stock thing? That's the problem. That it's
Yeah,
I
you need
have too
one
much volume to
fool
move
with a
now.
deeper pocket
So
now.
who exactly that? And they're if if the ladder, the pyramid, as you go up, then there's less people, right? The more money, there's less people. So you're
Mhm.
looking for a smaller pool of people to do that thing for you. You have a problem. You imagine, yeah, imagine you have 20 million now to let go. You do this thing, you finally work out $20 million worth of this thing, and you want it to go 40 million. You have a problem because we're going to find that fool with $40 million to give you money for this thing. Now I really think it's true. I see triple people a lot because that's easy. I started getting more money, and the things I was doing not really working as easy because I was thinking of it wrongly. I could have get away with that thinking smaller, but now the thing is bigger. What really am I going to get? Where can I? As I said, I need something amazing because I need a lot of people to look at this and see it well and actually see where they can get in and be profitable for me to get up and say, okay, there are a lot of people I can sell to. If you don't find that, problems. So if you can think of it, you said, I know you just said across the market, then you're good. If you, and I think people don't really see where that is the case across the market, even at the smaller levels, because when you say people wait on something amazing to happen, you grow people. I think the thing there is that a lot of people in grow are intentional about that versus
Mhm.
everybody else. They're doing the same thing when they are profiting. They just don't really get that that's what they're doing. If you get me?
Mhm.
I'm not saying that's only grow people
I
because
think
I know
I
we don't
like
know
the
about the grow thing there,
deliberate point, the
but
deliberate. That's the
it is
thing.
it's the recognition of the reality of that versus I've been investing and oh this thing exciting because I'll tell you what and it got on the thing that I can sell it now. That's what he just did. It was exciting, right? The reason somebody is buying it from you is because they're excited too because they found out about this thing happening with this and they know want it and they're willing to pay your price. You just got in earlier than them, and that might even tie to the greater point of not wanting to exit because if you
Mhm.
think about it, imagine I'm seeing the exciting time now. I'm
That's my
200% up.
point.
I'm
Yeah.
200% up. I know it's actually
Am I
exciting.
really
I'm
going
not
to
going to
sell
sell
right
no.
now?
I'm not selling no. I get the money I want. I'm not going to sell no. Because it's too
Because
exciting now. I'm waiting for
yeah, and
everybody
if
else
I
that I
sell,
would
I'm
have
not
sold to
going
be
to be
waiting
able
on.
to join in the excitement.
Yep. Yep. Right. Yeah, man. So I even think like Transamaker, everybody waiting on the Williams Field and whatever. I know a lot of people won't sell then, despite waiting on that and speaking about it as an exit. When
Hold
that
on.
comes around, when the excitement is there for it, and the thing they've been waiting on for how long, then
Was there
boy,
announcement?
how me I gonna
Was there
sell
an announcement
because
of
it's too good.
or like a timeline time to that recently? I think I heard
Mm,
something like that.
I
I'm
think
sure I heard something recently.
there were two announcements. There was an announcement that it was by October, I think, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And then there was another October announcement saying there is no announcement,
oh, so
but
I
that
we
was
are
see.
doing work and whatever.
and
I see.
I see October the same thing.
I see.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But last year October, if you remember, at least in the girl group, I said clearly say, "Oh, election coming in."
election I
So
reach it, boss.
yeah, election not reach
Bullet.
yet. So so easy
Mm-hmm.
yourself. And then outside
Mm-hmm.
of election, knowing how things work, I mean, there's for those of us who might go a little deeper, there might be the question of the government negotiating with itself, negotiating on
Mm-hmm.
both sides of the table,
Mm-hmm.
which
Left
then
hand on the right hand,
That was
right
such a
hand on
ex-
the try
such
shake.
a hilarious
but,
conversation that you
but
had.
it's a real point,
Yeah,
which
real deep.
maybe precipitated the offer for sale But then because if you're sharp, you understand. You hear us talking about this from the last. You hear we saying that we were talking about it from like last year after about it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying this actually puts on top of Shay's point, that in the girl group, because the conversations happen so early, it's almost certain that when the exciting thing is happening, not only are you at your price, chances are you already past your price.
Yeah, that's true.
Because in reality, at least maybe it's just my reality, almost every time that I have done a structured play, I get what I want earlier than I expect.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every time. Like I tell people, every 100% has come from me looking for a steady 20, 10, 30%. That's where you get the 100%, right? Because I'm looking for a steady, I'm looking for a sure, quote unquote, sure, because that means sure. I'm looking for a sure 100, I'm looking for a sure 20% in 1 year. And the work I do for that, around
Show
certain
you the 100.
points, it showed me the possibility of 100, but if it can, it have to pass 20 for 100. So let me
Mm-hmm.
work with the 20 because XYZ. Let me use
That's also a problem. That also ties into becomes hard to say that 100 at that point for other people. Because I was here for 20, I'm gonna get 100. You can't
that's
tell me if you
true.
can't go more.
That's true. And it can go more.
Mm-hmm.
But
Of course you can.
but you have to know the annoying thing is that you have the seller's dilemma is really around the fact that you are the one who has to push the button. That's the real dilemma. You didn't do anything to make it go up. You don't do anything to make it go down.
Mm-hmm.
But the entry and exit is up to you, and you have to push the button.
Mm-hmm.
And so
So
it
you say,
becomes a what
you don't
if.
work at the company. It's not because you don't clock in 9 to 5 to make this thing grow 100%. You bought the company and you go about your business, you do your work, you collect your salary, and then one day it's that much more. So all you did was press buy
Mm-hmm.
and then nothing else. So it must be just as easy to get another 100% out of it, right? The
Not so
work is
much.
not you don't make the stock go up. Yeah, that's not the work you do. The work you do is finding out if it will go up and being right or wrong about that.
And of course, doing your follow up if things look like
Oh,
they're not
definitely.
going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Or if
Or
it look like it's going, you always do a
mm,
follow. So,
mm,
so that's the greatest feeling, you know. You say, boy, it's doing the thing. You want 100 and in the 80. And you never really check at the 80 if you're going to really make the 100. If you're going to finish the race, then problems.
mm-hmm.
You see, don't never sell.
That
Yep.
You've done
part.
everything so far. It must finish. No DQ at this point. Everything good.
Yeah. It must can
Must be
go.
gold.
You
Yeah.
know what? Yeah. You know what Charlotte here? It must can go.
Most can
Yo,
go.
it go. It
It
go. It
can.
go.
But
It
will
go
it?
X. It must can go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it reach $5. It must can go 7 by this time, right? Based on what? So
Everybody
part
know
of
the great fundamentals of past performance doesn't mean, but they forget it in that moment.
yeah, man. Mm-hmm. And knowing the drivers of it. And so
Mm-hmm.
something that can maybe help with that is what one of the things I would say at the start, which was that having that strong idea around where your exit point is before you get there. No matter what you're buying, no matter what kind of investor you are, you should have an idea what your sell looks like.
Mm-hmm.
We bring in some of the people I see, Tav has been waiting for so long. From what spoke about RPL earlier, he jumped on, and then I also see Phil. I'll say tab what's up. And remember, guys, anybody you want, you can send a speaking request. You have a stock you want to start about, something you have your own selling dilemma with or had or wondering about. This is your chance to talk to a couple of people who take the market very, very seriously and from a retail perspective. So don't waste your chance. Don't waste the offer. But go through tab.
No, 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 dude.
Not much. Yeah, thank you
Big
for the
up
Hey
help
man.
Well,
earlier.
money,
everyone.
man.
Big up Shay, big up Danai, big up Randy, big up
Yeah.
Hi,
earning
tab. Big
season.
up.
Yeah, man. So, well, I do all sellers dilemma thing. Me kind of jump in still because you know that that is a thing where I think most people go through. You know, and it takes some work in order to kind of get over it, or you know, because as I mentioned earlier too, you know, sometimes you can actually sell and buy back, you know. So even though, I mean, sometimes me want to sell, I end up a buy. I mean, I say, brother, just say I go sell, you know, I end up a buy. So,
Like, pause. Hold
say,
on, just 1 second. I wanted to talk more about that specifically. You can go on, but I want to circle back to that in a
No,
bit.
I mean, go through,
no,
no?
man, you
Go,
can
go
go in,
through.
man. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
go
through,
on.
Shay.
So I was wondering, when you go to sell and you end up buying, what's that process like? Because I'm not saying that that is wrong. I'm not ever saying you cannot stay in something when you plan to exit here, right? But what is the process that you go through to get to I should actually be buying more?
Yeah, man. So some of the time you really want to hold it, or you have like an event where you probably are wait for or something, but you actually reach your goal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So some of the time greed have to play a part in it, some of the time. Or some of the time you're not even too honest with yourself either, because some of the time you want to sell, but you truly just want to buy some more of it, you know, get some more profit. So it's a lot of things still. It's a lot of things. Because as me say,
So,
it happened to me already, and me never aware say, you know,
mhm.
why the hell me I buy, you know? So it's not like a lot of thought went in. Me all know say, boy, you know, say me gonna start
Oh,
sell this thing, and they end up going and I buy. Like you forget say, oh, but you see the price drop some more, and you say, oh, John, no more something, you know? And you just go grab up the discount there quick and fast. But then you say, brother, you don't say you sell, you know? So some of the time, you know, as me say, honesty with self, and um some of the time you want to just work with the goal. Get me? But it's a really good topic still, because that's something me go through a lot, you know? Do I really want to sell this, or yo, am I supposed to sell it now, you know, because I reach my goal, or this you go in there say you want, or you just hold on on it. Because I have a conversation with that Virgin already. You know, actually somebody from another group, and we are talking, we see reach the price, and me I say, yo, I mean know say them man they have weight, you know, in the market, you know. So me I say, yo, you know, your price now, you know, me not see nothing not trade. Boy, I go and keep it, you know, but me I say, but bro, you know, and they say, you know. So it's a thing where a lot of people go through. A lot of people go through it in the market, you get me? And trust me, me are the same thing, you know. Somebody just want to jump in on that to say, boy, you know, it's a very good topic, because a lot of people suffer from it. So we have to know, you know, either you stick to your goal, or maybe you can look and realize more that if you, and you know how much more you might can get, and you know, you can go after that. But you need to know what you're doing in order to know where you go. That's just the reality of the situation.
yep.
Yeah, that's facts. But Shay, what you wanted to say on it? Because you sound like you've been in that situation before. Or have you? Where you're
Uh,
looking to sell and end up
mm,
buying?
no.
No?
Oh no, I don't end up buying when I say I'm going to sell. I don't generally do that. But definitely there have been situations in which it's more of a I said I would sell at this, but then I usually have the sell order put in. So usually it
You
gone
say you don't
already.
give yourself a choice.
Yeah, it gone already.
It's, you know,
Because that
if you
has
decide to
happened
buy,
like
buy
several
it.
times over the last couple of months where my sale is already in there and it
Mm-hmm.
passed the price, but my order don't go through already
Mm-hmm.
because it
Well,
was
hold on.
already in the queue.
It's a good thing
On that,
in a lot of ways, you know.
it's a
You don't
great
give
thing.
yourself you don't give yourself a chance to slip up. You don't give yourself a chance to make a decision again. It's this is what I wanted and I got it.
Mm-hmm.
If I need to
Okay.
make another decision on the same stock, it means I'm buying it back. Not
Mm-hmm.
maybe hold it out and stay. You have and that buying it back is such a strong decision that
Mm-hmm.
it almost forces you to do the work around it.
We
It
just do
forces you
it
to
by
say,
the
all
way.
right,
We don't do that
is
like
this the
last
right
week.
choice? What I need to do around it to get up and say, I'm going to buy it with the same price or higher than I bought than I just sold it for.
Mm-hmm.
So that I find myself in a lot. Um, like I sell the thing. For
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
me, two things cause me to that. Either like reality life. So like I needed the money and I'm looking at the portfolio and something I have to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
or some pieces of some things have to sell. And sometimes I'm not even thinking about it. I'll find myself buy it back. Um, or other times I just sold it. I did whatever. Maybe I didn't use all of the money. I didn't need all the money or whatever. And I buy it back because I'm reviewing the thing and I seen something new or I seen something that I knew, but I have a great understanding right now or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Atlantic is a good example of that. I mean, up to the other day, I tell myself, say, all right, I'm going to sell, I need some money. I said, I'm going to sell a piece of the Atlantic. It was like Atlantic hardware is at like what, 90 something cents now? Or was at the time, was it maybe 80 something cents now? It was at 90 odd cents. Let's see. It was at, let's see, it's at today, or what it ended the week at. Yeah, so it ended the week at 91 cents, right? So I'm looking at it and I needed money. I thought, let me sell some. There's some good enough orders. I can probably sell for like 90 odd, 80, high 80s. It's not that much money I need, and it's there. And I think I sold some. And I also think I ended up buying back more than I sold. Because there was a nice little dipping that happened in the week. A nice little dipping.
That moment just forced you to actually look at it.
Exactly.
I
And then think about the whole things that happen again. And it just make a world of difference. The same thing for me. Sometimes I look also and I realize there's something that I should have been buying. I tell myself to buy from a long time and I buy. Maybe I sold a piece item, come back. CHL is one, linked to the same Atlantic. I'm looking at it and I'm going, wait, I thought I had more CHL than this. I'm gonna buy more, right?
Sometimes it's the late night decision. Like, okay, late night, I'm
God,
thinking about this thing, but in the morning I never do it. And then like a week or so later, I say a conversation. I say, oh wait, did I buy the thing I said I was gonna buy? Because the person might be even saying the thing I was saying to myself last week. I say, oh wait, did you buy it? Yeah. So
I got up
you
at like
selling at
3
that
a.m. to
moment.
write down instructions for myself and
Right
leave it
down.
this thing
Yeah, man.
I left the book open on my desk, so I cannot miss it.
Yeah.
This was like 3 a.m. and I'm like, am I really gonna get up and write this down right now? I
Yeah,
really don't
man.
want
We
to.
just get up out of the bed and do it. Yeah, man.
She had normal, man. The amount of trim order I'm put in.
Yeah, man. All right,
Yeah.
let's put in the
Well,
order from now
it was
because we're
several
not gonna forget the
orders, it
morning.
was several moves. So I just wrote down what I'm supposed to do when daylight. And I was like, yeah, I
What?
can't bother turn on laptop and all of
What?
that.
Did you
I was
follow
just
it? Did
like,
you
would I
follow
say,
it?
oh hell yeah, I did.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, man.
Me, actually, a lot of my sales happen that way. So like I'm going through things and I need money. I decide, okay, looking at the portfolio. So the market not closed, the market not open, market closed, and I like that because I'm then making that decision maybe
Clearer.
without the pressure of
Pressure.
the
You're
market in front of
clearer.
me. And so I make a lot of sell decisions then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next day, wake up 2, 3 o'clock, or maybe the day happen, you get the money, do it, whatever. Next evening, market is closed, doing a review again. But right, then this, not this, that, this, and this, that, or maybe I put 2 or 3 things to sell. The trade them sell, and I only need one of them for the money. So now I have the money from the other two. So the money from the other two gone right back into this thing when I just sell. Sometimes like
You ever in the night you make decision,
Fox.
you feel very convicted about it, but because you never made the action at the moment, when you wake up in the morning, you give yourself all the reasons why you should be doing this,
Which
yeah,
is
and
man, like
then
a
why
night,
I
you
yeah.
see
got
go
up
you
and
see
wrote
go
it
work, you
down because
see
I
go
knew that
work.
was exactly what would happen.
Night ran the
That's not
business
what you
that
thought
though.
would happen. Go happen, and you said, "Nah, man, I can't believe it never." I was so smart at 3 o'clock. Why I never do
Yeah,
it?
man. Night ran the business that man. Night Randy make a lot of great decisions, but if him don't put in the market, day Randy is a different. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
I don't know about that. Yeah, you have to put in. When I say that happen all the time, I mean, oh, the NCB,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like Nike
actually,
has,
save, and about me too more with that exact one. I have people like that send go do it,
and
and me never do it.
you
Big
have to
idiot.
watch them.
I can't regular thing that here, Dana.
Someone tell me say, yeah, then I work, yeah, man. I mean, how do we know? And I'm thinking to myself like, oh, that one they never use.
Oh
And
my
the
God,
same
boy.
play.
The amount of time I did that, and I have a long history of doing it. People remember like some of the great BrickTalk moments, like the Fesco.
Oh boy,
Oh my
that was
God,
it.
man! Weeks
Last
after
but not least,
weeks
my
and
brother.
week, I'm there. I tell this brother about him. I tell me. I explain to him. Say no, this thing is
It
this
makes
thing is
sense.
great. I may explain to you. It makes sense. I mean, I watch it. I go up. I go up. I go up. And it clicked to me like maybe week 3. And they said, "But right, me not put no money in it." I didn't think I fly and me not put no money in it. And then
Whoops.
Putin invade and me not put no money in it. Yeah, but I
Whoopsie.
mean that's just how it is. You know what it is? That becomes something that's like an inside joke when
Mhm.
people say, "Oh, they must buy up the stocks and up BrickTalk and talk about it," and I'm like, "You have no idea.
No idea.
Oh, you have no idea. Oh, I wish that's all it was. I'd have so much money." No, you talk to me and I give you a sensible thing and I lay it out and it's out. You have to
And then
remind me sometime. I don't remember. Oh, and then sometimes somebody talking to me, and to them it's the
and they're
world.
telling you, "I'm a stock
Sometimes they're not even
consultant."
referring to it. Yo, you're a stock of fly now. Oh
What
damn.
I thought was,
But they
which
go on
stock
and
that is?
say, we say, yeah. But and the next one I fly to the, but which one you mean? They that talk about the ace bride man, I say ace bride like this and that, and I say, oh damn. Yeah, do the work, do the research, but you also have to act. But
Yeah,
you have
man.
to act, yeah, geez, you wet the act hard, the act is the dilemma. A lot of the acting is my dilemma. And sometimes the acting makes things so much clearer for you in either direction, whether the
Mm-hmm.
buyer or the seller. I tell people, it's another little girl lesson. I tell people all the time in the reality of the moment, when you don't know which one to sell, I'm gonna really want to do this. I hear Tav say it take a while to get over it. Tav, I hope so. It's been
Yeah, it
years.
does.
I still haven't gotten over it. Yeah, I have
Yeah,
a portfolio.
even Tab said him go to sell and him buy. That's happened to me before. But it's not happening in the moment. It's not like that. It's not like, oh, I go to sell and then you know, I boy, I end up buying. It feels like I'm more of a process than that. I really look at it and say, but wait, that don't make no sense. Or what as I go through, I'm going through something.
Boy,
And not buying.
you know what hit me a lot?
You start look at the reason. You say this don't make no sense. Wait there, the thing I just spoke about should work out for me. I'm gonna buy some more. Happens.
Yeah. You know what happened to me with that? Like I said, this one, I thought Danai business a little bit. Well, it's my business too. So
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to give Danai some money. And so okay, I can cash out some stocks. And I already have, you have some money in your account already, have some money in your J Trader. So I look at the J Trader and something else distract me. And I do something else and I come back and there's a J Trader screaming money in it and something else going on. I remember the conversation I had with the other person. As is there some money in the J Trader? So and this thing's at this price, and so I buy it. And I got this one like rated. The Danai money that was over. That's what I was supposed to give. Oops.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, because I'm making it harder for myself. What and it just happened because you see something good
Mm-hmm.
and you move on it when you get the chance. But it also works in the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
When you're confused, you don't know what I tell you. Say, but yeah, but this so great and that so great. I don't know if to do. Yeah, sell it. Sell it same way. If you really love it, if
If you
you're
really
really
believe it,
sure,
you're
you'll
gonna
buy
find
it
Buy
back.
it
yourself back
back.
there.
Yeah, man,
You
you'll
will
buy it
buy it
back.
back.
Yeah, if you're not buying it back, then you never really believe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Buying is
Yeah,
believing, people.
trust me, buying is a real believing. And selling, that's true. I think that's a good thing. Buying is believing, but selling doesn't necessarily mean you
Doesn't
don't
mean you don't
believe.
believe.
Yeah,
Nope.
but buying is believing.
Buying is a skin in the game. Selling is I'm
Mm.
off the table. What am I doing now?
Yeah, which is
And some
why.
of the time, yeah, go on, Randy.
No.
No, well, I was going to say that, which is why some people, not some people, I realize I use it as a little measuring stick for people where I'll ask them. Don't you even do it to Dana? You asked like that guy last week, would you buy it at 10? Nah, maybe 7. But not, I even not really mean the 7 either. I keep coming down. Him don't really believe the things, even though he's laying out all of
He
these
not even
cases for
buying no.
10.
He
Yeah,
not buying no.
him laying out the clear case for it to be at $10, but him not buying it at $4. You don't really believe in the 10.
Mhm.
Because when you really believe in the 10, you buy no matter what. Like I believe in my Dolphin Cove idea so strongly, and not just the belief, but the research and the points around that
Mm-hmm.
support that belief. That when I see it dropping, I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, I was gonna buy
More
this
for
thing
me.
anyway. Yeah, thanks for selling me for cheaper because I was gonna buy it anyway. So give me more,
Mm-hmm.
right? Versus when you don't believe, you're not really you can't move, you're not buying, and you look down on people who selling. But buying is believing, selling is not a lack of belief. Selling is selling. Selling can mean anything. Yeah, another thing I want, well, I'll leave it in somebody else here was say it's something from the group that somebody else in here said. But go through, Tab. I had cut you off a while ago. You were saying
No
something.
man, I mean cut out. But what me that say is that some of the time the funny thing about selling,
Mhm.
some of the time selling, it is a fast way of growing a portfolio, or a fast way of making money, especially if you're in it for the long run. So it's like every time you just continuously buy, buy. Well, yeah, a lot of time that good, yes. But if you really think about it, if you sell
Lock
while you're
in the
buying,
profit.
just cool no man other day, me say lock in the profit alone, not think about it this way. Me there in a stock, me have 1,000,000 unit for argument's sake, right?
Yeah, man.
A time come, me can sell 200,000
Ooh,
units.
still I say that.
When it reach 3.2, $3.20, $3.30, me say, all right, sell 200,000 units. You sell that, by the time you check it out, the stock gone back down at
Jackpot.
$3 or
Mm-hmm.
$2.90. End up comes up boom now and buy 220,000 unit more now. Move go up at $3.40. Oh, me can sell some again. Sell that again, it come back down to 310. You buy some
Mm-hmm.
more. That is to me, that is the real way. Just
Yeah,
sitting down
man.
and buying more, yes, that is good. But if you want to see real growth and real
Mm-hmm.
profit, that is how you play the thing.
So every time you buy, you sell and buy some, it's more units.
Exactly. That's why I mentioned sell 200,000 and buy 250, Okay,
Supply
Mm-hmm.
and demand. You are the supply and demand.
exactly,
You're a part of
exactly,
that.
Yeah,
And
here's
exactly.
a
we're in the market too.
yeah.
The market is
Here's
happening around us.
exactly. We are the market. Here's a funny thing. The bigger boys in the market do the same thing. It's so funny you mentioned that, Tav, because the reference I was going to make a while ago is around that. But I won't make it yet still. But the bigger boys did that. Speaking of the bigger boys, let's bring in Dr. Bricks himself. Dr. Bricks himself. What's up, Phil? You can talk. The brick cutter. Phil Bergen. Best we're not hearing you if you're talking here. You're muted, by the way. I don't know if you're hearing him, but what that point that Tav was making is a major point. I think one of the things that proves it is something that I saw shown earlier. Oh, I have this arranged this way. Hold on. One of the things that I saw earlier that proved it is let's see. I think Mayberry's latest MJE's latest financials. I think is
Mm-hmm.
MJE's latest financials. Uh, where it was just a point that was raised in the group actually, where they're showing, every month,
I
not every
want to
month,
show
every
the
quarter.
disposals.
Yes,
Mhm. The top
exactly.
10 disposals. And somebody tell the top 10 disposal and top 10 buying.
Exactly. No, on both sides. So like if you look in the last one, if you look in the last one, the top 10 sales, I think the top 10 purchases included, which one was it, Tav? Sorry, my system giving me hell here, so I'm not able to move across. Well, let's say I think it was either, let's say it's NCD or SVL. Let's say SVL because that makes so much sense with them, right? MJE, SVL is such a big part of the MJE portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
And in that quarter, you'd see in the top 10 purchases, more SVL shares. We look in the top 5 purchases, more SVL shares. We look in the top 5 sales, SVL shares. And somebody looking, I don't know what people might think when they look at that. To me, that's a very clear sign of like what Tab was just talking about. Like if you're deep in the thing, that's kind of the generating that you have to do. It is there to serve your money needs, right? So if you know, say if you're touching 20, maybe not, I don't say 20 with SVL, but if you're touching whatever price, yeah, maybe if you're touching 20 and you know that there might be tougher times to come in the future, it makes sense for you to sell some at 20, and when it's down later on, it makes sense for you to buy back
again.
later. And the compound effect is that for us who maybe don't have SVL, MJE kind of money, the compound effect that we can get from that, especially if you're doing like a long-term DC, is that whenever you sell at the higher price and buy back at the lower price, the dividends, assuming there's dividends in the future, you get more dividends for that.
Big up Lopo.
And you know what, Randy? I realize there's this heavy flex of average price. Oh, like an average price flex.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
my
the
average
music.
is $2. My
Oh
average
yeah,
is
so not
$3.
good. But we know that is Tav.
Eh?
It's reinforcing that I do not have to sell. The decision I'm making that I'm not selling
Exactly,
is okay because I'm good. I'm in profit already. Because
Well,
profit is a guaranteed thing, right? I want to get it's the same. It's in those same spaces. Same people will tell you, boy, it's not profit until you're selling. No, it's not. Which is a very in a lot of ways. So act on it.
But it's hard. It's harder for people to
It's
act on
hard,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very easy to cope, It's very easy to give yourself all the reasons why I don't make an action.
Which is usually average price. Like
Mhm.
you hear Tab saying that's usually, oh, my average price is so low. I did all my buying at 2 and 3.
So I never buy again. I have money in my
exactly.
hand. I need to earn
Yeah.
on it. But
When
But it
that
go
is one of the
$4 and
strengths
come
as
back
to why I
down.
make you buy even more now.
It go almost $5 and come back down.
so that's what it does say. It's what it does say. That's a big deal. My
Mhm.
average price is a protection in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But we don't use it, right?
Well, some people
The
do. Some
reality
people
different
do.
from how
Some
it
people
sounds.
do.
Yeah.
The reality different from how it sounds. Because an example is that I can start with $1 million in our company. Just the argument's sake. Me and you at same time, we buy the same time, but here what now. You just take time and buy a little when you get a little money. Even though we have spent the same amount of money within 1 year, it so happened that's my one value 2.5 million and your in value 1.5. And like you say, yo, how come me and hold my one and my average price lower than your one, but you have more money than me? Think about it that way. And that's the biggest.
I was making decisions.
Exactly. And me now just buy and hold. So one straight year, my money is just buying and holding. While both of we spend the same overall investment, but it's just that my investment value more than your own, even though me have a higher average price. Think about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
In fact,
in a lot of ways, you can get there just like, yo, it's that high right now. I think I get it later. I'm selling the same money. So my million is 1.5 now. Or we start 1 million, 1.5 now, 2 of it. But I said I'm selling and buying, but you said you're holding it because look at those, my average price is low. It's good.
Exactly. Me don't want to mess up my average price.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I've
Your
heard that.
average
That's
ugly,
true.
but mine value more. And we start with the same money.
Exactly.
So, yep.
Made more moves at the right times.
And the selling, it becomes that then becomes their own prison that lock you into not selling, because the higher the price, the market price goes, the greater the distance between your average price and the market price. And you don't want to ruin that average price, so it becomes a prison.
It does.
Or yeah, it becomes a prison, and then suddenly you find yourself locked in, and then
A prison with the door and a lock it just drop.
exactly.
Prison of your own making.
Yeah, man. When them find it, them say, but I don't understand.
You could have left at any time.
Yeah. It's a weird
A
thing
prison of the mind.
that stops people. But so how can we get over it? I don't want to just doom and gloom. How can we get over it? And I want to use some real examples. Just so I'd encourage anybody, like I still encourage you to show some for people to send a speaking request, ask about your company, your stock, and make we see how we can look at that real situation in a selling dilemma kind of way. But yeah, how can we get over it? How can you get over that dilemma, that selling dilemma? Like what
The one
what
I
are some
main
of
thing
the
we always saying is honesty with self are one of the key,
Mm-hmm.
you know? The
yeah,
key,
yeah, yeah.
even though you might say, oh, the goal of 50%, but I never really that you want. So even though you get the 50%, you still a hold on on it because you just feel like you can't get more.
You
But all
never
of that
want
start because you
50%
never
in the
honesty.
first place.
Exactly. That's why I say, you know, even though you mentioned that, you know, you have to really
Or you
honest.
say that you're investing to, or you're going in it to hold it for the long term or to hold it for the dividend, but then I never really that you want.
Yeah,
Yep, you
that's
want to see
true.
it fly.
So you have to be honest. You have to be honest about what
Yep.
it is that you
Yep.
want and
Yeah,
what it
so
is that
that's
you
a part of
want
it.
ahead of
That.
time.
Mm-hmm. Which is a
Another
big part of what
part of it, I
she builds
think,
that in.
yeah,
She said just sell, she put the selling
Yeah.
from jump. She
yeah,
can. The
yeah.
second guess can come at any point, but it's
So
not
two
coming
things
when the
tied to
thing
that.
happening already.
Though,
Mm-hmm.
yes, that's great. However, that requires um two things. You have to be comfortable with it going higher after you sell, and like you're cool with that. So you can plunge the ball over the more that it goes.
Bird in the hand.
Satisfy and move on. Or if you want to go back in,
Yep. Well,
right? So you can
exactly. As Randy
reevaluate and
said,
go back in.
if
Yeah.
you really believe, sell it. If you feel like you don't believe, you already at the point, you can always buy back. But
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
when you have the money in hand and for what you need to do, what you're planning for the whole time, then
Mm-hmm.
you
So
can
you
do it
have to
yourself at that
be
point.
comfortable with, yo, it might go higher.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Yeah.
the funny thing, even since week I was buying RPL at $4.30. It's like,
My name figure you
it's
out in a job.
crazy. Huh?
My name realize who you be, you know.
Eh,
Big
well,
man,
me don't know,
man.
me don't know, but it's just a crazy thing. You just have to really know what you want. You get me? You have to know. You have to know because me did have a buy order low down in the queue, but me know my intention from day one. But me just did that prepare myself just in case anybody want to jump out early or whatever. Me just did that leave a exit for people. But then
Mm-hmm.
me know within my intention, my range, I'm willing to buy it, you know? So when I realize everybody just a each around, me say, all right, cool. $4.30, you know, business. Just put my buy order in the queue. Me now watch when the Foxy last time I buy it at $4. The last time I buy it at 4.10. So me now buy it up this up, you know? You just have to know what you want and serious about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? Because the price of me I buy it is like no volumes never ever move at the price. Because nobody never really willing to put up some, you know, put in an order to say, yes, me I go buy some at 4.30. You know, but here I am coming in 4.30, you know?
And then all of a sudden it worked out because I see this
Exactly.
week a whole heap
The
of
most exactly.
orders at 4:30. In fact, I see a whole heap of orders. It ended today with the top broker linked order being 4:31.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then funny thing, you
But
know, after me start get a bunch of unit at 4.30, I realize say other people start putting them back at 4.30. You know? So that was a little, you know, laughing moment. Cause me I say, yo, all along, you know, nobody never willing to buy at that. But when people actually see say it start get filled now, you know,
that's
then
when
say, all
people
Glad
right,
you
boy,
suddenly,
said that.
yeah.
Because you
exactly.
know why? You know why? Because a big part of people becoming comfortable with selling is just us talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yes.
the first time I got like super comfortable with selling, because in my head, as a young investor, you're buying a whole. Like you hold it and then you're rich when you're old. I that's what I was initially, that was my idea of that I was handed of stocks. And then I was listening to earning season and Chan say, yeah man, me buy it and sell it same day. Me say, hold on, wait, and
What you
then me buy
mean?
it back. What you mean? So you mean tell me can buy it now, sell it same time, and then buy it back same time? What?
Mhm.
So I think that's part of it is also to just talk about it like you can buy and sell, nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
What stop you?
It's a conversation don't happen, you know? And that's the problem with the investing space generally. Our conversation is
Yeah, man.
it
We
just won't
can buy
happen.
and we can sell. You can buy and sell CMD and buy it back CMD too.
And it's about your money and not anything else. Like literally just your money and nothing
Yes.
else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If
Yeah, I
buying it
don't.
and selling it twice in one day is going to make you have more money and your goal is to have more money, then why not?
Mhm.
So I think just hearing people talk about benefits of selling and because the benefit come from selling.
What about selling when you don't believe, or selling when, sorry, not when you don't believe, selling when you still believe.
Mhm.
That's, I think, I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot of people need to get. A lot of people ask, like, especially at Grow and on BrickTalk and Ernest over the years, they'll ask like, okay, so like you know you don't you don't believe in saving, you believe in investing. They're the same thing. But what you do when you need some money?
So,
Sell.
Sell.
So, and I say to people and them go, yeah, but no man, what you mean? It's a sell. Like, in fact, I remember talking to, well, I really wish Phil could come on because there's some things I know he can speak to. But I remember talking to other people. I've spoken to people a lot about that. I like the people go through things, and boy, a lot of people tell me this. Boy, as in the market, as investing, but my kind of, I think that happened, I'm end up have sell all of the
Mm-hmm.
shares and manage it and I know try to build back, but it's not the same because build up the thing and 100,000, 200, 300, 400,000, million, whatever. And then whatever I use the money for, whatever, but no, I started my car, bought a house. Up to today, somebody emailed me and in the email they're saying that, thank you for, what you do with my money, Jay, and what you do with BrickTalk and how good it was for them. And then buy a house recently. And so that, the savings empty up
the
because of
journey
used
done.
and yeah, man, they've done. And so them kind of feel bad that them don't know because the stocks thing, it's like they're done with the stocks thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they feel bad. And so then you talk to them deeper, they feel bad about it because I'm like, yeah, but me have to sell off all the stocks. And I said to them, say, yo, can you imagine if you had the same exact situation, but you never have the stocks to sell?
Exactly that.
That is it.
And even though say, okay, I got to 1 million, I pull the money, leave my business, I'm now back at the 10,100. You would have had the million if you never had a journey in the first place. There's
Mm-hmm.
going to come a
Exactly.
day when you need another million, and you need to get back there from now. The journey doesn't
Exact.
stop because the money did the thing you wanted the money to do.
In fact, now you
It's
know
all
how to
right.
get it to a
And
million.
in fact, you know how to get back there. So it's not this daunting thing. Don't feel like, boy, because I'm lower than where I was before, that I'm not doing enough anymore. No, you did
Hmm.
something. You did a lot with what you had. This is how you get to do the next thing now. Well, yeah, man.
Uh,
I've seen that a lot, a lot.
yeah. People lose
Yeah,
their.
this it's the thing when people have money. When you get to a certain level of money, the levels below you start feeling like they don't matter anymore. So,
Mm.
okay, imagine really I got to the million or 2 million. You tell me I'm gonna do the bunky money 10,000 again now. Me not do that. That's no money. Me can't do that. And then I've seen people do that. Them start save to get back to the million before them start invest again.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, people, if you get only one thing from this tonight, one, you should never be saving to start investing. Just invest in
Start
the stock
investing.
market.
Yep.
Yeah,
So start investing.
yeah.
I
Just
think
start.
the
There's,
wickedest thing Randy did for me was when he said saving is actually loan. Like I lend the bank your money.
It
That
is.
clicks up
Yeah.
in my head. Me say, oh, hold on.
yeah. Oh
I'm like,
no, things are
that
so rough at
makes
Scotia.
so much
Them need my
sense.
100,000. I bet you take the 100,000 and
Yeah,
buy
man. So
100,000 worth of
something
Scotia
That's
clicked
shares.
in
Scotia.
my head, and I was like, yeah, I don't keep savings.
The Scotia
No.
Yeah,
dividend
man.
are more than
No.
The
the Scotia
emergency
savings
fund is
account,
one
bro.
day to take for free up.
Yeah, exactly. One day.
Or me call maybe like it,
Exactly.
one day for free up the stocks. Um, so yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not keeping a bunch of money in savings account. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, saving is probably I don't know if it's the worst thing you can do with your money, but it's on that list. It might not be number one, but it's on that it's on that list of the worst things you
Yeah,
can do with your
because
money.
imagine you had your money in savings account when inflation hit the 11% that time there. Judge.
I mean, a lot of people did.
Did.
And
Yeah.
well, you know, it's good and bad. I don't know. I don't
You
know.
know,
All I know
the
is
fact.
say what I.
No, 'cause you actually a point. I'm just coming
No,
in
I
to
actually don't want to make that point. So let me hear yours.
okay. I've savings account in places and then probably say it are broke. Me
Yeah,
not see
man.
no money from it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think what that sometimes. I think what that on the distributed broker accounts too,
Yes.
where like I'm
Them don't
hoping
know
in
the
some
motion. Them
cases.
things say,
Yeah,
oh,
they have no idea. So
real money
it
or
must be
something.
so crazy. Yeah,
Indeed.
him buy it for $3 last week, and this week he must sell half of it for $2.89. Thinking the boy I know not
Idiot.
about
You know what I
stocks.
do.
Yeah, fully done. Yeah. Fully. That's by the way, guys.
I've had a
Easy
call
ad moment.
I've had a call where the broker asked, I'm sure I'm doing that. You sure you want a thing there? I see you put an order for a thing there. You sure? Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yo, them don't know nothing. Them don't know nothing. I figure out maybe all of my brokers. Well, the people who work there who would look, and some do look. I figure all of them. I think so, but yo, you don't know what I'm talking about. Because again, unless all of them gonna come together and put together, and you never gonna
No,
know.
you know.
You're never going to know. That's one of the beauties of my money JA. So that's my easy ad moment.
You can
You want
compile.
to keep, yeah, man. You can hide it. You can hide it by not having everybody know everything. I don't have to be one stock here, one stock there. It can be one stock in 4 places.
4 different.
Yeah, only you really know
Because
what
your
your actual
account is
real
your
price
money.
is.
Do not
Yeah,
think about the accounts as, oh, I have this account at MVL, I have this account at Scotia. So they're different portfolios. You don't have to do
hmm
that. It's one portfolio is your money. It doesn't stop being your money because it's in a different account. Or this this money not knowing about the other money over there. As long as you know.
exactly. Yeah, and then it leads to selling that looks crazy
Mm-hmm.
unless you know the full
Yep.
picture.
Yep.
Yeah, and only you know the full picture. So that's also another great advantage of it. I don't know if Phil is on now. Sir Phil, you can hear us? Like him still out. All right. I don't know if anybody else wants to send a speaking request, or if Tavi you're finished, or if you guys have any other points, anything that you wanted. Is
There's a
there any
point I
part of
forgot
this?
though.
Oh, you remember it now?
No. Shay said something earlier, and it's twice I wanted to bring it back in with us Karen boy right now. But I do commend us this week. We've stayed on topic for a very long time.
Yeah. Improvement. Yeah. Much, much, much,
Yay.
much better improvement.
Shay keeping
Yeah,
us grounded.
much better improvement. I don't know. We can talk. I mean, I also don't mind ending early, but I don't mind also if we talk a little bit about just the overall market. Like, oh, we haven't had any like deeper stock like individual stock talk for a little while.
That's
So
true.
maybe we can end it with maybe we can end it with that. Let's talk maybe two stocks. Something that you're excited about buying. You don't have to be that you're buying right away or you're buying
What am I
over time.
excited
And something that you're
about?
excited about selling. Since
Mm.
on topic.
All right.
Excited about it. Oh God, we're not
Excited
going down
about
that road. There.
buying.
Guys, you guys have to take this one.
Why you don't like going down that road?
We're
Excited
not bring
about
us down
buying.
that road again.
Of what? Oh, you mean of excited to buy?
Sell.
Sell? No, well, I mean that's
Yeah.
on topic. What's something that you're excited
Yeah,
about
man.
selling?
But we meet the ask so
You mean the selling?
yeah, the TJH.
Oh, well, yo, I
Ah,
mean, if it is what it is, if it's real, it's real. If it's the truth, if it's what you're doing,
I say wait and $10 share.
What you say?
Wait and $10.
Hey,
No, you know.
Randy. I don't really want
uh,
to cut in the but take a second looking at the group. Hey, a while ago, me have one big Grinch smile on my face to right in there.
what's
Looking at the
that?
group.
Probably breaking up.
No, man, just looking at the group.
More stocks, more money. I don't know.
Rich life.
Probably that. I don't know. But Maybe the people who are listening like in trouble.
I love to see it. Love to see it, boy. Gradually
Oh,
win a
oh,
million.
oh, oh, I just realized what it, I just realized what it
Yeah.
was. Sorry, I just realized what it is. Yeah,
It's
man.
something
Yeah.
rich life. Come on.
Yeah. People they walk among us, you know. Well, they don't walk. They don't walk. They don't walk. Well, anyway, let me not leave the public. Let me not leave the public out. Let me not leave the public out. But big up. I can't wait to get the group talk about that. So, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize who it was that said that. Let me not leave the public out. Yeah. So something that we're like, something that we're thinking to sell, something that we're thinking to buy, and we're excited about. Shay, well, I make you start off. Shay, you said you don't want. You think about the TJH where you don't want to beat that horse, as in selling it.
No, we sell it already, but um,
Oh God. Oh my
but the
word.
dividend is 3 point something, and the movement so far is eight.
Hey, man, you
So
match the people that made shit. But that's a
Oh,
real point. That's a real point.
I'm sorry. See,
no, go through
I'm
Shay.
just
That's a real
saying.
You're
point.
on
That's
point.
truly
Yeah,
a
man,
real
that's a
point.
very real point.
Yeah, it's
So,
so if you buy at 360 something, which
uh,
I bought as low as 362
oh,
um
okay.
one year. So
Uh-huh.
boy, if a
You're not
3
waiting
point
on the
something dividend
dividend?
announced, right?
I mean, it's a nice
And
dividend.
yeah, that's very nice, very
3.22%
nice.
yield at four at the
That's very
current price
nice.
of 401.
But hear me
That's
out, right?
uh-huh.
I
3.22%
get the
yield.
8%, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's now the 19th today, what it? 19th, which
19th
means
of
that I
September,
have
yeah.
the end of quarter money, or I have money for end of quarter.
Uh-huh.
So I get more than the dividend and still have money to play with for the end of the month, end of the quarter. I feel like that could work for
The
me.
win and win.
Yeah, I love to have my cake and eat it.
Yeah. And you probably get to buy it back at 360 odd again. You
Right?
just have to wait a little bit.
Exactly. In a couple, yeah. So big up selling.
All right. All right. But tell me something you're excited about buying.
Buying. Why? Let's see what I was looking at today. Excited about buying. I was kind of wondering if thing there, if SVL will touch under the 18. That would be cool. I would be
Mm.
excited about that.
I hope the
SVL
powers that
touching
be
on
are
the
listening to
18.
you. And
Like
I hope they're
substantially.
excited in the same way as you are.
You know, that would be cool. That would be a good day. I do have something in the queue. Um, and I'm chilling. I'm hoping that would be cool. I'm just saying that would be exciting.
If it touch
Um,
under 18,
yeah, man. Because I was looking at the queue and I was like, what? Not really. I will look back queue, yeah.
yeah, of course,
But
there's always one thing holding up SVL queue. Best believe.
exactly. And if
Best
you
believe.
And
notice,
said nothing. That's crazy. That's crazy.
if you
It's
know
like the
now,
US
that
dollar. It
queue
look
has
like it's just hope, but try to
yeah,
touch it now.
man.
That's
Yeah,
hope
then I
money.
that me I say no go on at 18.
And discover oil in your backyard immediately and democracy. Uh,
Yeah, man.
but
So
under 18 SVL as a dream.
I'm
Go,
talking
go.
like 1750 something.
Hmm.
17. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Um. So I was hoping and dreaming. I mean, one can hope and one can dream. We all have hopes and dreams. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
something I
free.
was looking
I would
at,
hope so.
Yeah.
and
Wow.
I was yeah. There's I was also looking into. My mind ran on. the other day when Teflon did forward and say something about, the cambio. And I was like, why am I not doing that? Why
Mm,
am I not using all my resources?
I don't know.
So
Why
that's
not?
something that I'm excited to venture into next week.
Next week, hey, you know I get the shorty, the short term at all. You know I get up. It's a cheat code if you use short term tactics in the longer term, you know.
Longer term.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that's the entire point. Because
yeah.
all right, you see, the TJA that I just sold is short term money me use buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't have that much of it if I didn't do those hopscotching all over with other stocks
Mm-hmm.
and buy it in August or yeah, where I started before that. But you know what I'm saying? It was the short term plays that got me the money together, right? To do that, where I was comfortable just buying way more than I had, and just no, just sell it.
Well, I mean, I lied. I sorry, you say it, and I'm looking at the SVLQ. I know. Hmm. I don't know.
The things are going. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
right.
oh.
But you can never really tell. But I know.
Yeah. What about y'all going, bro?
Baba Yaga. Well, next one. What is it? The other day? Moadib. But Moadib was Moadib's real name. Pardon him.
Oh, here we again. Paula Tradies. Listen, Al
Yeah, yeah,
Gaib.
yeah. Listen, Al Gaib. Listen, Al Shay.
Mhm.
Fat.
Yeah, we don't know Shay that sub 17. I don't want to say it's yo.
Impossible, but it's possible. It
Yeah,
is
all things
possible.
are possible. But that's a very interesting point that you made there, Shay. I want to say more. It's a very interesting point that you made there. I wasn't looking at the queue before. I was fortunate. I got some of the drop down to the 18s, but
Yes, man, big up you. I
You
also
know,
got a bit.
yeah, but to me that's just averaging down. Like, yeah, I was also buying SVL at 32 and 33.
I never
Not
bought.
willingly,
I
but
never
hey,
bought
you know
that
what thing there? You know I don't own
high.
any right now.
you
I
lucky
think the
dog.
highest I bought
I cash I
was
profited out,
28.
and this is not what I'm thinking of buying. I think I'm stuck in the thing we've often spoken about way back from early season days, where you ask what I'm excited to buy and sell, and I'm trying to find something new to talk about.
Me too.
I was trying to do that a while ago, but then
Like
You
I feel like
feel
I don't know. Is, is that self pressure? I think it works out well for us in the thing because it
that's
gives us
why I
new
just
place to
went
think
back
about.
to my notes from today. And I was like, wait, what was I looking at today?
Wait, wait, what I've been doing recently since every single time this happens, I look at the things we haven't spoken about in a long while, or just the
yeah,
market conversation has just left.
yeah.
When did
That's
you get into
also why
Salada, bro?
every day my wife's favorite stock. She tell me all the time.
Really? That's it?
Yeah, every time I mention it, she mentioned Dan Salada. How much
You're the
dividend she
boss, you
get
know.
from it.
You're the boss.
Yeah, well, but it does work well if you have it. Especially if you've had it for a while. Um,
Oh my God, look at this queue.
yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I wish you did say that earlier. Yeah, bro. It's like it making me wonder. It making me wonder because I also think that there's a. I'm going to talk in the group after this. So I only could talk about. Well, we'll see about what I think for this month, and maybe not now. We'll have advanced grow at the end of this month, but um. On to Danai's point, yes, I also feel the same way where I also try to find something new. One, it pushes us, I think, it makes it it pushes us. It keep
You
you
feel
fresh. It make you,
excited. I
yeah, you
feel
feel
excited, bro.
excited.
I think
And
that's
that's
just where
also
I'm in the market generally. I can't talk about stuff every day. And it's also a
exactly.
thing that it just I feel like there's just more entertainment value in that, bringing something else forward.
Yeah, like I want to see something new, right? I don't want to hear another thing about how NCB. You don't hear the serious NCB conversations anyway. But I love that those. That's also why I always encourage people to send the speaking requests because I want to hear what somebody else wants to hear about and you can talk about. Like there's no stock you can pick on the market that will got hopefully. Well, no, still yeah, there's still no stock on the market that I
We can't
can't
talk about.
speak to. Yeah, there's no company on the market that can't speak about. I can't
So I
give
also
a
love
good, bad, or
getting more
ugly.
to talk about it. Just
Exactly.
give me something else. Give me look at another angle for it because we found a
Exactly.
lot of plays in doing that.
Yeah.
What we
Or
have
in
been long
some.
boring is go through the whole market earnings season. Remember that?
Oh
We
God, I
made some
hated
plays
that.
off of just
Yeah.
that bored of
Yes.
it.
Yeah. I really like that. We just went through the entire market. I liked it, but I
That's I
hated
didn't
it
like
because
doing
after a while it felt like
it.
yeah. It's like we're doing it just
It
because
was
it's said to do it.
tedious.
Yeah. But I love when people ask about companies. Like there's a guy on YouTube that asked earlier. I told him to join the Twitter and send a speaking request. But he asked about I don't remember what it was. Honey bun.
Mm,
Honey bun. Honey
mm.
bun. Honey bun.
They still
Um,
love that one then. Cha-cha.
yeah.
Yes.
Said what's Michael Mullins?
Mm-hmm.
What's your outlook for honey bun? I love the idea of the honey bun being asked. I hate the question, but I know what I
Christian,
mean.
yes, that's your
Yeah, yeah.
outlook.
What's your outlook for honey
You
bun?
know,
I
asking
don't
the
know. I don't
question.
work there. I don't work there. But I do like yeah, something like this also. I think people benefit more from it when you come and you actually ask the real
Yeah.
question
Yeah,
you're
but a real
asking.
conversation, yeah.
What are
Yeah,
you
can have a
what are
real
Bring
you
that level
thinking?
conversation.
kind
Or
of thing.
or even say what you're thinking and say, yeah, what you think about that or you
Yeah,
understand?
Yeah. Well,
Start
yeah,
we
cause
start
honestly,
the conversation in
yeah,
a real way.
when you
cause
say
cause
I'm excited to buy, I'm still thinking about things I'm thinking about buying right now.
yeah,
I immediately think about like plays we've spoken about for a long time that I'm waiting
just
for
coming
the
through
thing
now.
to hit me that I can jump onto it.
Yeah,
Barita, GK. All right, cool. I
Barry.
might have a bit. I might have some of them, but
I
give me.
didn't do that
I
already,
want to reach the moment where I say, yeah, man, I
That's
need to be buying
crazy.
now. That's why I say excited about buying. When I say
Barry.
when I can say, let me just buy some. In fact, I would that. I'd buy some Barita, no. Actually,
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say that the
had a
you ever think
conversation about
about
Barita last week with a client. Yeah. So start of the year we spoke about Barita. She had a list of things we spoke about
uh-huh,
throughout the year, at start of the year. So first time this year we meeting, and he had a list, and he had a bit of a dilemma on the list. Some of the things happened already, and he never
uh-huh.
touched them, and some of the things are happening, and he feel kind of lost in should I be doing this? In my head, I'm like, well, you see it happen, do it. Or
That's the
why
buyer's
miss
dilemma.
those?
That's
Why miss those? Because he makes some money otherwise, and he reach a new level of money, and so it's kind of feeling stuck. Because
yeah,
okay, he made this money. What to do now? And but look at the list. I had to say, I had to point out that it's also the same because we've been here. Like we look at these things and whatever. But so it's a lot of this. It doesn't randomly change because boy, the money you sell already. You reach this thing I'm buying now. Do the thing we talked about already.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah,
yeah.
Barita. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't think I need to be. I'm not. If I buy it tomorrow, Monday, it's not the excitement point, but I'm excited about things that will happen for Barita that will make me. We're at the point where I say, yeah, man, I want to think some money there.
We're at it. Hold on. Oh, 78.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
So in the
Check the
grower
last.
group, yeah,
There's
look
a
at
group
no no
chat.
no no look at this August, yeah. So in the grower group,
About
grower guys, pay attention to some of the things I say. The messages are there. They will take my repeat. Just check.
I showed
Just
T
check.
that jump. I showed him that jump and I said, jump
Yeah.
on the price in the show earlier and ask me and tell me why I never buy it.
A nice 10% right there and more. Cause September is
I
the
did
year
that,
end.
I did the
Yes.
70. The $70 one year.
Really?
It was
And
fun. Yeah,
also
man.
in the yeah man and
I
in
think
the
about
group
that 7001 or something like that. So it was some
either last
yeah.
year or the start of
Where?
this year in the grow group I said I think I said something about Barita's thing. Somebody mentioned Barita, and I pointed out there's some volatility happening there that you can think it on. And
Uh-huh.
nobody has spoken about it that way. Interestingly, based on all the conversations there, there's a lot of stuff that happen for. So,
Mhm.
but
I literally just bought because of that. On the
mhm.
expectation that other people would be excited about that. I didn't even
That's,
care if it
I was saying I feel time of year now.
because I already sold it. So I really I didn't plan to wait until end of month or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I really
There's no,
just
there's not necessarily any need, but
None.
exactly
yeah.
big up selling once more.
Yeah, that's a nice 10% play that you can do. That's 10% you can put
Look at November
a
last
mil
year. But
easy.
also candlestick. Think of the candlestick. There's some plays that's been just there for it. And
I find myself
by the
using it
wayside,
more and more. Yeah,
yeah, man.
candles. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's actually a lot. Anyway, I won't get a public everything, but yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot there. Barita. I mean, the long time listeners are the people who listen to all episodes. earningseasonpodcast.com.
Mhm.
I mean, the dark horse. I call them the dark horse.
Oh,
Literally
good.
years ago,
Yeah, man.
the thing that
Good
I
times.
spoke about and predicted then has not yet come to fruition.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's
But
I
been
think about
years.
it.
we see
I
the
think
motions of
every
it.
time I see a little move, I'm like, wait,
Time
is
come.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it happening, guys?
And I think along the way, I mean, the journey's never straight. I think along the way, other things have
Mm-hmm.
happened that have given them knocks and have also given them opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Um, how they'll capitalize on some of those opportunities. It's like the company, but then they are also, I would almost say, almost reluctantly, they're tied to their share price more
Mm-hmm.
than most.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so that allows some amount of predictability. But like for me, for Barita, I would have been like you, maybe Shay, I'd have sold already. I said that
Mm-hmm.
I should go and check because Barita is one of those things that I know I sold when like I was going through and like I need to sell some stuff, so I might as well sell the Barita. It's not yet.
Mm-hmm.
I got some profit for it and I'm out, and I'll come back in later on. It's funny, I know I'll buy it again in the future. Um,
This is also another thing, a nice point of we know the exciting time.
yeah, it
So,
makes things a lot more predictable.
but even like, then think about beyond that point. September ends, it can get very boring, and there's a good amount of profit in the boredom. Somebody might just sell it for quote unquote too low, hinted too low, right? Oh boy, that's a nice price for me because that's right. Yeah, nobody wants to be buying at a point, but there's profit there,
Hmm.
so something is there. Many things are there, more than just the bigger things that you say. What we're looking at. I'm excited for that. GK as
Yeah.
well.
GK is
I find this excited to sell to be more boring. It's just
yeah.
I'm there already.
I feel so for me. GK maybe is one. I don't know if I'm excited to buy. I wonder if I'm rich enough to buy and hold it. No, because
I don't think I am.
but I think we're a lot
Am I?
closer. I think we're a lot closer to the
Yeah,
move now.
definitely. Uh-huh.
Meaning
So
like
that
they're going to delist key.
mm-hmm.
If Canopy IPOs later this year or next year, and I don't know that Canopy IPOs before.
IPO, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, you
They,
see
they could they could they
they
could make
could
that
work
big
whichever
move.
which way. But
I don't know.
that's not a problem. There's a good amount of variability around that timeline.
Well, that's why you buy and hold now, right?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Because this is why you go back to, am I rich enough to do that?
Yeah.
To just fling the money there and just be passive. Wait it out.
I say I'm not, but the truth is,
You
I
might just
probably
be, yeah.
I probably am if I exit. So I'm
Yeah,
back
that
to.
is it.
I have so a lot of little splintered things that I need to clean up. The
Clean up.
portfolio, it's time for the portfolio clean up again. Yeah, I need to
Mm-hmm.
sell off a couple of things. The problem with selling those things is that it requires me to sell now while I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, So a lot of these things that I'm going through, I see it and I'm like, oh no, you can't sell it now because it's soon, blah blah blah. And then what I have to help myself with there to help me get through my own seller dilemma there is like, all right, Randy, so
This or that.
let's say you get that right. Then what? You make
Mm-hmm.
100% on 35 grand? Well,
Big whoop. That's
exactly.
another thing.
Incredible.
So I've
Yeah.
been struggling with that. I even mentioned it earlier as somebody else's problem, but it's just really my problem. It's sometimes I don't want to make plays on quote a smaller money.
Yeah.
I
But,
see the
but
play and I just don't feel like I care enough. And
yeah.
I should, and I know I should because it's money. It if I'm going to make $1 million plays for 10%, then why can't I make a $35,000 play for 10%? That's 35
No.
is piece of a million.
Well, you know
I
what,
can
you're
do that
right.
play.
I have the same problem as you.
Yeah, but
No.
I feel like I do it too much of just not doing the play. But why would I
Well,
not?
true. But what I'll do is true, true. Well, I won't solve everything
It's just
in
money.
this
It's
episode, but
just
yeah.
money. The same
You,
ten
you
percent, and it's 10. And truth is, we have a benefit in that diversification because we have we're perfectly at a point now where you want to big up plays and whatever. But if we can make a lot of those smaller plays, if to the say if I can find 10% in this one big play, what? But I can find 10% in 7 small plays. Why not doing the same?
mhm.
Why not splitting it? It's the same 10% and splitting the risk, quote unquote.
You
It's a
start
fun
burn
play.
out the
It's a
It's
play
fun
them and
it,
make
play.
your
it
It's a
portfolio
fun
it's
reach
play.
right there now.
That's why the fun do what do. That's why the fun
Oh,
diversify because they can find
that's
more
true.
plays across and because the money need to find home.
true. But you hear what Tab said a while ago. A good point that in that
But the
Tab.
billionaire does say
So you start burn out the play them that built the portfolio.
exactly, Tom. Exactly.
Yeah. Again, you've forgotten your roots.
That's right.
You're rich as switch.
Rich. And
Wow,
there's
that
no real reason for it. It's a thing there.
Tab, that's a hell of a point.
That's why me me tell myself that's why even 5 grand. Me have some look loose money and say look play 5 grand,
Do
10 grand.
it.
Me I take them brother. Me I take them because me I say
Mm-hmm.
that's why all while me jump in the group and me say boy I unsecured there, you know. I say
Mm-hmm.
yo, but for remember them little thing here grow the portfolio man, so we can't
And you
leave
keep
them
it
out.
sharp, and you
Exactly.
see
That's
those smaller
true.
plays and those bigger. It's to the point where I see them and forget them sometimes. I
Exactly. You
see
see
it,
I
watch
look
it,
and
and
you
say,
see
"Cool."
5% and you kiss your teeth. Can you say Chum?
I give
You
away
know?
those plays for free sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I sit in a group and I hope I man pick it up.
Well, I can't charge
I
for it,
say,
so I give them away all the time. Yeah.
I
Like
say,
I think people joke and say you can't ask where 10% is. I know where 10% is easy.
sometimes
No,
I just comment on it and I hope
there's a
and I
line. But yeah,
hope. Even like the barista. Like, I'm sure I said that volatility thing. I probably even post a screenshot, and I feel like nobody ever came back to me with it. And I people in the group that are clients, and I showed them. Maybe they say this, are you sure you know? And I said to myself, why I never do it? I
oh,
will never buy barista at 65.
oh,
Nobody
is
could
that
do
like
it
you
at
don't
70.
know? Oh, I still reading from what I've said though.
Mm-hmm.
It's such
It's
a
very right,
damn
but that's a
yeah,
feeling
it's
that is,
such a
yeah.
good point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me answer my one question. Something that I see and I'm excited to buy. As well, fan service and all thing. Orlando, you want to join the Twitter space? I said I speak request. I talked to us about it. But I'll answer this question here. Good night. Do you see tropical battery bouncing back?
What that mean? I know what it mean, I think.
I know what it mean too. But
Well,
Orlando, you
I
want to
wasn't
join the
clear about
space and
this.
give clarity?
I'll let Shay
Yeah,
give the
yeah,
okay, order.
yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
good.
I will say I'll be the bearer of bad news. No, no, they've done an APO, my brother, and they didn't even get all the money they want
Yeah, there ain't
needed.
no problem.
Yeah, that chose a terrible route.
It's looking bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I still like I don't have all the answers here, so
They,
I'm still in the
they need
middle.
a savior in my opinion. No, they need somebody that very or some reason to be interested in the share price going back to that, and that's largely tied to that's all. That could be that,
That
for
would have to
you.
be
That'd be good
Cygnus.
for you. Yeah,
That have
exactly.
to be
You need
Cygnus.
some.
But hold on. There's no way Cygnus is going to do that
Ex-
for Tropical and them do it for
it's
themselves.
also on the market. It's on the
Yeah.
market. Signals don't really think that. Like you say, you say better than me. It's where Cygnus is market footprint. Cygnus, it's not caring about Tropical certainly, and they're good outside of the tropical share price in certain ways as well.
Of
Right?
course, those guys are
So
sharp. Them set themselves up. Them court the game, as you should, yeah, as you should. But there's so much. You know what? I don't know that they won't do it. You know, they might, because here's my argument for why they could. Tropical affects their books. Cygnus doesn't. You get me? I shouldn't say
yeah,
Cygnus
yeah.
though. Like
No.
SCI JMD USD does, but not in quite the same way that Tropical.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel I don't know though. Like that's a point that I'd have to throw over and think about. Would they be willing
But
to do
then,
it, or
but
they're
then,
not
wait,
willing
but
to
then
do
you
it for
know,
themselves?
this is a problem. You know it. You know it really well. It's the all right. That's gone bad. Do I go deeper on the saving? Because I'm not
But
doing it
it's
for you,
different.
I'm doing it for me. So,
Yeah, it's different
and
for
then
them though, you know, 'cause they could go deep and just take it.
mm-hmm.
I'd love if they did that just because how exciting it is. I would love if they did that just to make the market exciting.
That'll be our next step. That'll be
Honestly.
a new step for Cygnus. Have you done that before? Or that kind of thing? Go
If
that
you
deep in the
stretch it,
market?
maybe the Puerto Rico move is kind of that kind of thing, but
Yeah,
not
but
aggressive.
that's not on the market. It is
Yeah, I don't think
the
that they do.
cloud is different, you know.
I don't know if they're aggressive like that. I don't know if they're aggressive like that. I think like maybe they might think of it as like stepping on toes. You know, they don't want to burn bridges. They're in the money lending and the money. They're in the solutions business. They're not trying to turn away solutions. But I could see where they could maybe be forced to continually defend till the point that the defense becomes like we kind of have to take it over for our own good. It's like Buffett and Berkshire. I didn't want to buy a mill, but I kind of had to. So you know, if they're deep enough in tropical, like I don't think it's a tomorrow thing. I don't think it's a next month or next year thing. But suppose tropical keeps going through it. But then again, I don't think they're really. I'd have to look properly, but I don't think they're tied to the share price.
Mm-hmm.
That's a research. I did that on my own. That's a good little thing to look into. But well, I shouldn't say from your perspective, Orlando, but I don't know your perspective. But from my perspective, just looking at the share price, especially if I bought in the APO, RIP, bro. When I hear APO, I sell. That's a death knell for any company. Hey, what company am I excited to sell? ISP. I noticed that the share price has been inching up to 14 again. Congrats. Thank you. It will not last. It's going down until better decisions, in my view, are made by management. I really don't like that they're flirting with the APO talk. It hurts me. It hurts my pocket too. So I can't be all lovey-dovey with that. So if management changes their mind, then I'll be buying like crazy. But the APO love is still amongst us. So it's the losses. So that's not and you know that's not to say not in the case of ISP, but in the case of Tropical, that's not to say that the share price can never go up. It can. It's going to require deep pocketed support constantly, not one off, not on a quarter end or a month end or a year end. Constantly. Oh, as I said that, wow. Maybe December. Oh, okay. Uh, sorry, people. I'm actually thinking about what I said, and I don't want to say everything that I'm thinking now. But my answer remains the same for both of them. Generally,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, generally the same. JetCon.
Mm.
What do you feel about JetCon and that? Right? I think JetCon is the number one. I think year to date, it's a number one gainer
I hope
year to
Suchman is
date.
listening. I spend so much time talking to Suchman about this.
About JetCon,
Yeah, man.
I
I hope,
hope
I hope,
whoever
I hope
that
he's
is
listening.
listened. I hope whoever. Yeah, JetCon is the number one from the start of the year till today. Jetcon is the number one gaming stock on the market, 72% profit.
Mm.
From the most
And
of
again,
days.
guess who never buy, Randy? Guess who never buy? Give me a
Me.
good reason why to never buy. No? Give me a good
Me.
reason.
I don't have one either because when it was sub $1, when it was flirting and touching $1 and sub $1, I look at it and I was like,
But I want to conquer yourself here because I remember you
yeah,
making plays on Jetcon before
of
it reached
course,
even $1. You made profitable plays on Jetcon before that. So
of
why never get
course.
some more? Why never more plays there?
I
You have no good reasons for this. There's
Tom
all,
say,
there's a lot
Abandon
of
the
safety
roots,
in doing
man.
it at that point because imagine sinking a lot of money then because it really would be a problem.
mm-hmm.
Especially when we knew what was coming.
Well, and I still think there might be more coming.
I think there's more coming.
Yeah,
To me, it makes sense to do so. I think there is more coming.
yeah. It could be that John Jackson has changed his tune.
All right, I said that recently. I say, yo,
Yeah.
I feel like John about. I think he's waking up, bro.
You
Especially
think so?
his comments around QWI. I hope so. I don't know if I think so. I know there's a lot of hope for me there. Again, I'll see. John Jackson was a big part of me coming up in the market, seeing a lot of his thoughts and plays. So I feel like I want to see him on form as much as possible.
Me too, but I don't
So
know
that
if
might be where the hope is.
me too. But I don't know. Director sold 1 million shares start of the month though. Not started last week or a week before last. What do you think? How you feel about that? 1 million units.
Who was
Just
it?
so. It's a director.
Where was it? Started this month, 1 month.
September 5th.
Which day was that?
Well, the notice said September 5th. Says August 26th and September 3rd. So the sales are split across the days. If I was running JSC, I would force company insiders to detail their purchases. None of this August 26th, September 3rd sold a
When you
total
sell,
of.
how much you sell?
Yeah. Exactly how much you sold and exactly when you sold.
I can feel like my bad man will come over and tell you, give me the price too.
Yeah, matter of fact.
But I feel like that's fine out, But like I'm looking at it. September when?
Well, it's all public, right? It's all public. So if you
it's very findoutable.
yeah, well, I don't know if it's very findoutable. I don't know if it's very findoutable, but it is public information. It's gate kept information. Shout out to the what is the name of that ganja clause? No, not the JSC. This ganja clause party.
No.
Those guys are the funniest. Those guys are extremely funny, bro. Like I am surprised at
the thing is, I've kept up with it, but every time I see it, I die.
Bro, it is like I wish they were doing it. Well, I guess is as safely in Jamaica as you can do it around election season, like right after. It is extremely funny. I was hoping one of them would get like an endorsement from the Prime Minister.
So somebody said to me recently, if this was America, the crowd would push them into going to actual politics.
Or shoot them. Let's it's like I can't help myself sometimes.
Back to stadium.
Oh boy. Back to yeah, big up them though. I really, really, really like those videos. I don't even know what I'm saying about liking those videos though.
Oh wait, yeah, I'm looking. I think I don't remember either. But September 3, August 26. I don't see 1 million shares between those 2 days.
Probably one out, and then probably the T+1. So yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know. If I was JSC, that's what I'd do. I'd force.
Here, but okay.
I'd force the clear. Just say it clearly. Yeah, because this is encouraging slackness. You know what's funny? You know what I remember the other day, Danai? You remember years ago? You remember not years ago? You remember what years? Maybe a year or 2 or 3 ago, when they just started, when companies just started putting out a lot of, our financials are going to be late notices. remember, they used to be late sometimes, but they wouldn't always tell you. Then they started putting out notices that they're going to be late. I remember I said, this is setting up a thing where in a little while, it's going to be normal for companies to just willy-nilly just tell you, oh, our financials are going to be late. Look where we are now in 2025. It is the easiest thing for a company. It's like it's almost,
Yeah.
yeah, we're going to be
Craziest
late.
thing is they're not
You're
even
late.
making stuff up anymore. They're not even. They're just like
Yeah, they
Yeah, we're
just
just
say,
not
oh,
going to
no,
put things.
it's
boss.
just
So,
a vague. They're not even making stuff up anymore. That's the part that bothers me.
Man,
You're not even making up a reason it's late.
them used to, yeah, I like that. They used to at least try to lie to us. Oh,
yeah,
rain.
you
Yeah,
see
make
me?
up something,
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
something go on. You see me? No,
Oh,
just say
it's,
late, no, boss. Hush.
it's late. It's off. You know, we're really struggling to find auditors.
Yeah,
Then you
man,
call him
make
and
up
him say,
something
oh,
and
one
tell me,
turn up.
man.
Just have to wait. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, the BOJ's rate went up, and you know, my
My,
wife is
my
sick, and
auditor
there's
say, oh,
traffic.
XYZ.
Rain is falling, and I even know them just say, "Yo, you know, I get that, you know."
They're just like unforeseen circumstances or
Yo, you
just
know what they
delays.
are?
I'm like, what?
They're one step away from, yo, you're messing them, and the numbers are bad. So wait till next quarter when the numbers are good, we'll get it to them. They're one
Again.
step away from saying just saying that, and I think the closest we've come to that is, I don't know if I want, is Pulse. Pulse. I think Pulse is the one that's come close. I give Pulse some grace because they're going through a rough time. I need a phone that died, so it's a little different. But I found it. I found like we said this a couple of weeks ago, and I still stick by it. The company should fear us. It's
Yeah.
our company.
Yep.
It's our company. You should fear us. You should be afraid to write this. But like Pulse had the notice about and I'm paraphrasing here. It's not opening for me. I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much they were saying we are not I paraphrase. We are holding the results until we put together, finalize, and publish our full plan for what we have going with Villa and I. Because obviously they have a lot banking on Villa and I and the development, and so we would rather to give you the numbers and also the full Villa and I
Uh-huh.
story along with it.
You
No,
know what? I appreciate that.
I don't. But I shouldn't say that. That's not true. I do appreciate it and I
But
understand it.
yeah.
But
Those
just
are
sticking
two
to the
things.
rules, you
Yeah.
can't do that. It's not
Just give
your
me,
numbers to do that with. Yeah, just give me the
and you cannot,
numbers.
and in truth, you can give
These
me
are
you can give me
facts.
the numbers, and you can
But
give me that
how is
later
that
with the
okay
number.
though?
You can give me the numbers and that later. So what's stopping you?
Well, the numbers must be bad.
Yeah.
The numbers must
Exactly.
be
So,
really
but
bad.
the truth is, you can give me the bad, and you can give me the plan later. It's not an actual impediment to give me the numbers.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
a
I
compliance
can't I
side, that's a
can't do
more
that.
problem.
Well, to their credit though, I give them some credit also. Um, I believe if I have it right, the date that they put it to is still within the legal requirement. So at least they're not trying to break the
No, you
law
didn't
straight up, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but yeah, honestly, I'll say that I'm speaking directly to retail investors here. If we don't say anything about it, the JC does do some things about it, but the JC will almost never do anything publicly. I mean, I think maybe the biggest thing they'll do about is when they suspended PB
Suspend.
Scott's PBS, right? They'll never do anything about it. It requires the public to push. And I'm speaking to the smaller subsection of retail investors here now too, who actually know how this thing go. In that space, knowledge is extremely important. If you come with what you feel, and what you feel is X, but the rules say Y, the people who are doing it know that the rules say Y and you're saying X, they ignore you, they laugh at you,
Yep.
they ignore you, they laugh at you, they just don't respond to you. And if you push it far enough, they'll point out that it's a Y and move on and it becomes the new normal. So if you're going to speak on it, I can't stress how important it is for you to have the knowledge. You need to know how the thing go. You need to have the sense and say how things go based on a basis of fact or provable facts, not I
Yep.
feel it go so, right? I feel it go so is good enough for journalists and girlfriends. So you should work with a bit, not even journalists, Jesus. You should. We're gonna wrap this thing soon, because
Walk away.
yeah, I'm tired of when I'm
Yeah,
tired.
yeah, man. It's like I ate for you, man.
Yeah, it's
It's
harder for me
like
to
I
hold my
ate
tongue when
for
I'm
you.
tired. Yeah, it's harder for me to hold my tongue when I'm tired. But what I'll say is this: yeah, you have to have the knowledge. You have to speak from the position of knowledge, right? So, like the pulse thing, I don't like it, but as a shareholder, there's not much I can do about it because they haven't broken the legal requirement yet. It is on you
Mm-hmm.
to on us as shareholders to know our legal requirements. It's not on the JSE to tell us
Mm-hmm.
because the JSE is not the one with the fiduciary responsibility. The JSE has some responsibilities and they carry them out for the most part. And they don't speak to things outside of it
That's
because
the
they
problem, you
can't.
know.
Yeah,
JC get every meeting, bro. Nobody gets up and
yes.
says whatever. It's a JC get here, everything there.
JSE is like a good security guard.
Pick
Them
up.
get blame and they might go inside and talk to the boss about it, but they're not going to respond out the road, right?
Yeah, check it,
And so
bad. You
that
have JC in the manifesto.
and that's why you should put your X beside the gate because
So if you don't want financial stability, put the X beside the gate.
no, still no. Big up ganja class. The X beside the split thing is that's kind of that's hype, bro. That's kind of fire. That's kind of fire. That's kind of fire. I should wonder what do you think his views on SVL are.
I'd want to hear them actually.
I
I'd
would
want to
want
hear
to
them.
hear them also. I would actually be very interested in hearing his views specifically on SVL. Um,
Same.
but yeah, yeah, it's on us to know the rules because nobody else involved in the process cares about our knowledge of the rules and our following the rules. And there are certain things that only benefit us.
Mm-hmm.
And I can assure you of this. The people who know it benefit us and not telling us also know that you don't know say benefit you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They love to see you argue it. So like,
You see them love the AGM sometimes.
oh
When the
God,
question,
yes.
when the quote unquote pressuring question is so pressure, and him just
Yeah, the pressure in question is rubbish. Oh God, them
yeah,
love that.
yeah, man, nice.
Them
But
love
I know
that.
that it's like, oh, that's the best you can come with.
Oh yeah, yeah, like me.
Yeah.
So then I realize I never catch slide 4. Did. Yeah, man. No, we're doing this
That is
Oh, you never really open the
yeah,
financials.
yeah.
Never
We're doing
open
this for
your
all
financials.
shareholders. This is for shareholder benefit. This is what the
value.
term?
Yes.
Shareholder
Shareholder
value.
Say what
value.
a value.
Shareholder value.
Unlocking shareholder
Yeah,
value.
unlocking share value. See the
Cause
key
it
there?
is locked, bro. It is locked for real.
What Signal say, we don't want to have to go through the trouble of having a AGM or EGM all the time to
All
ask
the time.
permission.
Do it, my boss.
So we're just doing it one time to save you guys the trouble of
Yeah,
attending all
man.
of those
This
AGM.
is for you. We're doing this for you.
Hey, that sound like something when me tell my daughter to get her to go sleep.
Oh man. I talked about it earlier. I talked about you're young with your brothers. I have two brothers that are young. They are 9.
I tell them anything.
No. We're gonna play hide and seek. But nobody wants to do the
Cold.
searching. So I do it first. I do the searching first. So
I ain't about
I'm
that
gonna
searching.
count. I'm gonna count to 100, and then the run go hide. I just go back to whatever I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's cold.
It's not cold. It builds
It's
character.
peace.
Yeah. Builds character. Oh God, man. Anyway, we've been talking quite a bit. I think we put almost 3 hours in. So I think we should wrap now before we say the wrong thing. Quick while we're ahead.
Yep.
Yes, I want to call tonight. Thank you guys for joining. Anybody have any last words? Anything them definitely want to say? Getting points you want to make, question you want to ask, this is your chance. Or forever hold your peace until next week.
Until next week. The peace is being held.
It looks so.
Bye.
And the crowd goes mild. Yo, CHL is the third. CHL has grown more this year than Carreras.
Wow.
You know, again, we're such man, there, bro.
Well, here's the thing. Because of such man, you big up my little brothers. And big up who I grew up, big up my friend and that I did grow up around. Big up growing up as a real youth. The lengths that I will go to tease somebody
Mm-hmm.
will make me do with it like I will do loads of preparation so that next year Christmas. Then I said, you never remember say, right? So such man Such man, if you remember what got that night, Such man was telling us how
Us.
good CHL was.
CHL is, yeah.
And he explained it, and I went, I did the research, and he did it again. I went to again. And the third time I was doing, I said, yo, you buy it? I said, no. I said, really? And ever since then, I've been DCing CHL just so I can set, just so when the big thing happened. And so that's how I built up. That's how I built up a little bit of my CHL stake. And no, I didn't expect this at the start of the year when Carreras was hitting even earlier. It was hitting all-time highs, $18 odd, right? I would not have thought that CHL would also be like in that. I wouldn't have thought because I regret it. I don't think I own any Carreras. Well, I actually own some now, but I wasn't thinking. I've not in any great way, and I know I won't own it for very long. But like I would sell I'd sell my Carrera shares Monday morning and buy CHL with it. No, I have no issue doing that. I probably will do that. And just on topic, I do not believe that my Carrera shares are at a profit right now. That means I bought it pretty expensively. So what I'm saying there is that I am selling at a loss. You get past it, I'm already at a loss. I could sit down and wait for Carreras to get to 23, 24, 25, or I could just sell and put the money somewhere else where I think it will go. In this case, you hear, it's not secret. I'm not making this up. I'm talking about what I'm actually thinking. So I would probably, almost certainly next week going to sell my Carreras and buy something else with it. It might be CHL. But I wouldn't have thought a month or two ago that I would not regret having not putting more in Carreras because I have some money in CHL. I wouldn't have thought of that, but here I am. And hey, you know who else put some money in CHL? Kingston Wars. I was going to say something else, but Kingston Wars. Wow. Looking at this top 6, top 10. It's a hell of a top 10 now. Think of this. I don't think it will look like this at the end of the year. It will almost certainly not look like this at the end of the year, but it's a hell of a top 10 now. JetCon, CPFV, CHL, Carreras, RPL, Lasco Financial.
Last F is also interesting.
Why?
Because it was the most boring Lasco in a bit for a lot of people. In the sense of it doesn't ever hit any what's the conversation point around Last F? So
I feel
far.
like
It's been a while. I also found out a lot of the focus has been on the other two.
Yeah, the other two are very. Yeah.
I mean, they're the public facing ones to a larger degree.
This is actually very interesting because they aren't here. Where are they? That's a major point. Last F and Last M. Was it this year or was it last year that the
last
big
year?
deals are?
Them tell us.
It was last year.
They've been telling us, say, oh, I'm ready, and that's a bit funny. A lot of these things often take longer
than people think.
Yeah.
It takes sometimes years.
100 grand.
Yeah. Yo, Last F with the CEO leaving, retire. I don't. I think we said it on an early episode. It's wishful thinking, but I'm hoping that it's a sign of maybe making those consolidation moves. I didn't expect that. Last F 20 is the 6th largest gainer from the start of the year till now. Energy. Wow.
What's up there?
Yeah, as considered, I wanted to say, Sir Tom, how you feel about that?
Why? My name sneeze, I'm here, APO, come up, boy, get afraid, sir.
I can't wrong you.
No, I'll find out. That's all like one level 8 to me, you know?
What that mean, Tam?
They say if you want to find out, you use the other F.
I don't even know what to ask clarity. Is right.
Find out. Make sure jump.
Yeah, see if
But
you was
the good
sorry.
thing about it is that, and it come back down to the same thing that we shaded at Arbo. You know, you go in the area, you actually left at a profit. You get me? So that's a good one. You
That's
never
a
have to
great
sit
thing,
down
yeah.
and wait. Yeah, you never have to sit down and wait. It's okay
Press the
to
button
sell.
and go. Yep.
Exactly. So if you don't want to go up, and the funny thing about it, it's still not the higher that we're going to sell it at.
Look at that. Right? And I'm
Okay.
sure you put that money to good use since then.
Trust me. Even better use. So
Mm,
can't bar.
That is it.
yeah.
Can't bar. It was actually a good move too.
So the eighth largest and ninth largest gainer being USD stocks. Also very interesting.
Very interesting.
Margaritaville and SIL.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Some homework for you, Shay. Since you say you're looking at certain things, I tell you to start your journey looking. Include SIL in your
I have
journey,
it written
meaning,
down from today.
yeah, man, do some
I,
research on it. It's
I
very,
have the
very
price
interesting
written down
company.
as well. And
Word.
so yeah,
Very
man. So
interesting
I'm
company.
going to be digging deeper because I don't actually know much about that company. To be completely honest, I was literally just looking at Q movements over the past like 2-3 weeks.
Hmm.
And was like, this is I would this would require no brain. Like
You will say that in what you're
it's
saying.
right there.
You put a lot of brain into it already. Don't
Yeah,
discredit that. People hear you
yeah,
and think you're saying that for and not understand where
Oh
you are in the
yeah,
market.
yeah. That's right.
yeah.
That's
And
yeah.
you see, yeah, the things that are easy for you and also for us are difficult for other people. Not even just because they're difficult, because a lot of times they're not, but because they've
Mm-hmm.
decided that it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't see something as being, you don't even think about something that somebody looks on as an insurmountable thing already.
Mm-hmm.
It took me years to learn that because I just talk about some, like, in the same way, I just say, oh, yeah,
That
it's so
easy.
obvious to me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Select MD being the 11th, GHL is the 10th, or is it gonna change the name? NCB's wallet. Yeah.
Sir, I
No,
think
is it
it's
true?
time for you to
Is it
go.
true? They said that
Insurance.
they said they're
Use
going
the
to turn it
insurance as
into,
insurance. Interesting, eh?
yeah, they said they want 50% dividend yield out of it.
Uh-huh.
They want to get to 50%. Not 50, they did not say that. They did not say that. They did not say that. I misspoke. They said, I feel like Mayberry and put out like that. I see that notice so many times. We did not say that
Right?
Kia World was
I
taking
was
over
like, yo,
MasterCard.
they are really making sure we get it.
I don't know if people get it though. That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Right now at this point, what do you know from it? What do you know about Kia World and Mayberry and MasterCard?
What I'd have to
See?
read it
You
over.
see? Yet I'm
Cause I
sure
was
you've
like,
read the notice because they put out so many times.
I never really read it like
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah. To me, what it
But
says is
okay.
that to me, what it says is that maybe SF will start offering MasterCard back stuff soon. Who knows? That's speculation on my part, guys. No fact there. I just threw it out because of the link between the two. Uh yeah, JPS 7. To this day, I still don't know what causes it. I mean, I know it causes it. I don't know why. Select MD. Hmm. That's 12. I'll leave it there. Uh, Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I definitely end before we start getting into troubling territory where I start having fun, where Dan I start having fun, where Shay start having fun. That won't happen. I hope this is enough fun for everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be here next week. If you really want to talk about stocks, you want to talk about the market, you want to understand something, you probably should jump on, send a speaking request, and talk to us. If you're watching this recording later on, like most people do, I hope you enjoyed it, and jump on next time and ask a question if you can.
Mm-hmm.
And Javon saying on YouTube, Shay, big up SIL. So I know Javon understands a little bit.
Big up
Um,
Devon.
him also asked if I'm not buying the 55 million CHL up for sale,
I thought you were
as
the
in
one
the
selling it.
queue. From Danai's lips to God's ears. What is he talking about? Oh, I think maybe he means the oh, no, I'm pretty sure, Javon, that that 55 million is already spoken for. But if you look at the MO of how that group does their thing, they move in their time, how they want, when they want, and no faster and no slow. Things go their way. Um, and so in my mind, that 55 million is already sold. And so I'm just buying up crumbs from now. So when everybody realizes, I'll sell them some of my crumbs for a lot more than I bought it for. Like Shay said, buy high, sell higher.
So,
No man, that was teacher strike.
That was teacher
Teacher
striker.
striker.
Yeah.
But
I
yes,
won't tell
big
you
up
who
that
said it
teacher.
first. Big up that Finko.
On that
Uh-huh.
note, guys, enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed it, and good night.
Night, people. See you again next week.
Night night.